I noted.
Alright, so we are live. Hello. Um, oh yeah, so before we start, reset all of your hero points to 1 right now. Because I'm running hero points a little bit differently for high stakes compared to ReGenesis. ReGenesis, they kind of carry, I have them carry over. You guys, I'm not doing that.
So do
Because
How
we
to use them
reset
all?
hero points to 0 or 1?
to one, to one.
To 1.
Because
Got
at the beginning of every session, I will give you guys all 1 hero point, but whoever does a recap will get an additional one. Woohoo! So, who would like to do recap from previous session? You will get another hero point to bring your total to 2.
Imagine no one volunteers.
Yeah, if no one volunteers,
shy.
I'm picking somebody.
I'm shy.
Sure. I'll do it to the best of my ability.
Woohoo! Yay! Go ahead.
Last time, being introduced to all of our wonderful party members, Ocho and I took a stroll through the high stakes headquarters to get some brunch and something to drink, where we met a bunch of other members of the organization and had a meeting with the pit boss. And Bloopy tried to eat somebody's face. That's what I remember.
Excellent. Very
All of the
well
statements
done.
are correct.
All of those are correct. Go ahead and give yourself another hero point, Rudy.
Let's go.
Now you have 2.
Also, Starcloud's character is also highly addicted to a dog shit drink.
True.
Yeah. So, in regards to the addiction stuff, I'm just content to have it be a running gag for now, as opposed to enforcing it mechanically.
Oh,
Because
That's
me trying
fine.
to enforce it mechanically would be very unpleasant, both for you and for me.
Save it for the
Because-
hard drugs.
Save it for the hard drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah. Like, at most, if, you know, the addiction, becomes a prominent thing with your particular character, I'll just have you roll will saves, that's about it. I'm not gonna do the addiction mechanics all that much, because they're very punishing.
But what if I want to put glitter in the dreams?
We'll discuss that later.
What? You mean addiction is
Yeah,
not
we'll
highly
cross that
punishing?
bridge when we get to it.
We'll cross
Yeah.
that bridge when
Whoa.
we get to it.
Bo could just make it so we never get to that bridge.
It'll happen. Trust me. It always
She
happens.
won't. She won't make it so I can't get to that bridge. But she could.
I could. Anyway, yeah, you guys are still in the pit right now. You've been given your assignment. And right now, I guess, would be time for some recon. Or, you know, doing whatever you would like to do to find out more information about whatever the hell it is you're supposed to do.
Well-
Time to endlessly scroll through social media, I guess.
Well, there is one thing. We didn't really look at the thing that was given to us about what this artifact is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You guys haven't had a look at it. So,
True.
Got him.
So, right now, like, we're kind of, like, out of, air quotes, RP mode, and you're in technically what would be, I wouldn't exactly call it exploration mode, I would really kind of call it, air quotes, investigation mode. So basically, if you want to find out information about anything, you will do what is called recall knowledge checks to either figure out what you know, just drawing from experience and like stuff that you've studied. That will be like usual skill checks or lore, using your lores for that. The other one is called gather information. So the action, yeah, that's the action name. But generally, it's basically using either diplomacy or society roles to ask around for info. Or you can use other relevant skills. You can use intimidation to strong-arm people or scare them into telling you what they want, and things like that. Or you know, you can use perception to kind of passively listen in on conversations and stuff like that. So that's
Also,
what, you know,
diplomacy,
investigation
all that.
involves. Oh yeah, what about diplomacy?
Diplomacy. That's a skill.
Yeah, diplomacy is a skill. So there are kind of two sides of the coin for things. So you have your physical skills where you have athletics and dexterity. So athletics for things requiring strength, dexterity requiring, you know, finesse or balance. Then you have your social skills, which would be intimidation to coerce people into cooperating with you or to scare info out of them, or diplomacy to do things in a more civilized manner, talk things out, convince them.
Oh, you mean like Republicans?
Let's see, what other skills are there? Deception would be used when you're trying to lie to somebody. So, or hide information from someone, you know, you don't want them to know what you know. Then Arcana, Nature, Religion, and Occultism. Those are generally your general knowledge skills, focusing on a very specific field. Arcana is kind of weird. It encompasses both arcane magic, so stuff that you study at school or from books, but also sciences, which is really, really funny. So, you know, if you're a science nerd, you'd be rolling Arcana, because it's an intelligence check either way. Nature would be things regarding animals, weather, environmental
etc.
stuff. Yeah, terrain. So that's the skill check
Wow,
you'd
who
use
could
for
see
that.
coming?
Medicine is for pretty much anything regarding the body. So, how long ago did something die? What disease you're afflicted with, treating wounds, things like that. Performance is pretty much what you'd expect. Because I think you're trained in performance, Rudy, I actually will probably allow you to use performance in place of deception if it's higher.
Am I? I do. I am trained
Yeah.
in performance.
Yeah, so if you're not trained in deception but you're trained in performance, I actually will allow you to use performance in place of deception. Technically, I'm not supposed to. It's not rules as written, but they're very similar skills. It's just, you know, performance, that would imply that it's a little more of a theatrical or more performative,
Yeah.
as opposed to just straight up lying. Religion is anything regarding gods, but also undead, and also, you know, traditional beliefs
Ghosts,
and
etc.
Religious practices. Society is an interesting one because it's all things culture and people. So, like, if you're trying to find out information about a specific person, or, you know, any like their history or things about them, that'll be a society role. Or, you know, if you're like going through social media or whatever, that's a society role as well. Stealth is pretty much what you'd expect. You know, if you're trying to be sneaky, avoiding notice or hiding, it's a stealth role. Survival is pretty much like trying to lose the trail of somebody or to pick up on someone's trail, or you know, gather food and water for yourself in the wilderness, or, you know, otherwise navigational stuff. That's survival. And then you have thievery. If you're trying to do things like steal something from somebody, do anything that requires sleight of hand, pick locks, or hot wire stuff, that'll be thievery. And then crafting, which is up here, which is probably something not many of you are going to be using much at all. Crafting is for anything regarding making objects, deconstructing objects, figuring out the value of stuff or what something is made of. So yeah, that's just generally a bare bones basics overview of what all the skills do. If a situation comes up and there's a skill that you're trained in that you feel would be relevant to what you're trying to do, simply ask or make a case for it, and if you manage to sell it to me well enough, I will more than likely say yes. You can use it. It's very rare that I will say no. If you can make a good case for it, I'll let you do it. For the most part. So, just because rules is written, it tells you, oh, you have to use such and such skill check to get information or whatever. I might not necessarily stick to that. So, as long as it's appropriate to what you want to do. Worst case scenario, I'll tell you no, or I will tell you, oh, you might not be able to do it that way, but you can do it this way, or oh, this is how you would do it. So yeah.
Probably, just a quick example. No one has crafting prof. However, someone has engineering prof and could potentially use lore engineering in place of crafting. Instead of crafting.
And,
if they wanted to try and
okay, exactly.
Yeah.
And since you have a hacker on your team right now, so let me use the example of, oh, you want to unlock a door, but it's an electronic lock, not a physical one. Hexa has the hacking lore. She could, use that in place of crafting, which would be probably the typical check to hack the lock or hotwire it. Or, which I believe you have, like, the engineering lore or something.
I do have the
you can use
lore.
that instead to hotwire stuff. You can also use it to hotwire cars, which is what Nate over at ReGenesis did like a year ago. Hotwired a car and use it to ram an enemy in combat, which is kind of hilarious.
I can hotwire the car, but I can't reach the pedals, so
But yeah, no, I'm just telling you all the kinds of things that you
I'll
can
read
do.
that afterwards.
Yeah.
Like the way Pathfinder is worded in regards to skill checks or things like that, it seems strict, but I'm the kind of GM that's a little more flexible in terms of what you can use. So yeah, as long as you can make an argument for it and it seems reasonable, I will allow it. So
For once, applying facts and logic to a TTRPG makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you guys can carry on however you like.
First of
Okay.
all, read over mission briefing.
Yeah, you'd like to read over your mission briefing?
What the heck are we
Sure.
doing?
Alrighty. So I will kind of just paraphrase it for you because it's easier for me to do it that way. Alright, so your mission briefing, it's pretty much what the pit boss told you. You are going to be seeking out an artifact. So the background information for the whole situation, there have been rumors cropping up in errant circles, in not just Tortuga, but the nearby islands, that something particularly perhaps powerful but very notable has been discovered while on a contract, and people are being unusually hush-hush about it. It's somewhat mysterious, and the identity of the errants who discovered this artifact has been unusually well concealed. When it comes to stuff that goes on in the errant world, news usually spreads very, very quickly. So the fact that this is all, kept under wraps is interesting. And this has only been in the last couple of days, past week, if even that. And rumors have been circulating in the underworld that there's going to be an auction for this artifact. But the details, like what exactly those details are surrounding this auction, have been yet to be determined. All of this information is extremely new, within maybe the past 24 to 48 hours. So stuff is still coming in. This is pretty much all they've been able to give you. All they've been able to determine for sure is that this artifact is potentially something of great historical significance and potentially great power. So all of the usual big players in the underworld are definitely going to want to make a grab at it, whether by purchasing it legally or perhaps stealing it. Yeah. Because as far as you guys know, you guys don't maybe you don't deal with errants all that much, but when it comes to errants trying to sell off any treasures that they find while out on contracts, they have to cover their asses significantly, because if it's something of great value or great power, yeah, that paints a huge target on your back. And treasure hunters are very common in Tortuga, particularly if they manage to uncover anything in the surrounding seas, which is like quite often. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information you know that's in your briefing. It's not a lot. And
Okay.
for those of you who managed to kind of pick up on weird vibes last time, this strikes you as very weird too. Because it's very little information. Normally you have a lot more to go on. More of a direction, more of an idea of what it is you're going after. The fact there's almost nothing is kind of weird.
No info what the artifact even is.
Nope.
Just that it's gonna be on sale.
Yeah, that is going to be on sale, and it's probably something really big. Yeah.
And
Minute amounts of details on this one. Strange. Usually there's at least a couple more pages.
can I use the pursue a lead?
Actually, you may.
Thing.
That is a very good idea. So, your pursue a
Let them
lead,
go.
you can actually set the artifact as one of your leads. So I'll let you do that. So that'll give you a +1, I believe, to pretty much anything that you're trying to find out about the artifact, and you can clue in other people when you find out stuff. So yeah, you can do
Okay.
that. The other thing is, so normally you shouldn't be able to do this, but I allow it because it feels appropriate. Your devise a stratagem normally only has a combat use. Basically, it just tells you, oh, I can hit this person, so I'm gonna hit it. But devise a stratagem I'll let you use for other non-combat things. So basically, you roll the d20 plus your intelligence modifier, and depending on how high you roll, I can actually give you some guidance on what to do. Or what would be a good course of action. So if you ever feel stuck, make use of devise a stratagem, because that way, you know, you can have your little eureka moment, even if you're you as a player are stuck.
Yeah.
I don't require players to be as smart as their characters. Investigator is one of those classes where the character is extremely intelligent, but the player does not need to be.
Phone knows that
Though
both
it
can
certainly
happen.
does not hurt. Though it certainly does not hurt.
Yeah,
The
it
player's
certainly does not
intelligence.
hurt.
Yeah.
It basically rewards a very clever and attentive player. So, yeah, if you ever feel like you're stuck or you want a hint for a direction to take, devise a stratagem is good.
Phone knows how to steer her camping. So
yeah.
yes. Investigator,
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to
So,
use devise
I'll-
a stratagem, or do you have any ideas in mind?
I did have an idea in mind.
Alrighty.
I was going to ask, hey, Hexa, you think we could find out where this is taking place? Because there's not a lot of information on what it is, but if we can find out where it is, we might be able to get some more info, potentially.
That's a smart place to start.
I can probably check on either social media, some message boards, the usual.
There are also
What's that,
other ways to go around this.
What's the Mystgarde equivalent of 4chan?
I've never actually thought about. It, but
This is like A grade 4chan material, like an artifact like this, you know?
I don't have a name for it. But you know what? It does. Let's say it does exist, and
What about that the really strange message board? Where all the weirds are, the weird ones are.
Oh yeah, I know it.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
that's
check that one.
yeah, for sure.
There's
It
also another
seems like
way.
something right up their alley.
There's also another way to go about this. How about finding the errants who have found this thing to begin with?
Also not a bad idea.
You have a point.
So, either or, really.
This was to say you can't just, take it well before they sell it.
How do we find out who those were?
I can try and find something. There has to be some records in here of Portugan artifacts.
Perhaps. Well, if they just found it, and if it's relatively new, because if it, quote, has the power to, what, change reality, wasn't it?
Something to bring this organization out of its hole it's dug itself into.
If it has that, then if it was old, the suits probably would have tried to make a move on it before.
But this thing's new.
Exactly. So I don't think the suits would have any information on it. Information on the people who found it. Though, I could be wrong.
Still though,
Didn't
there's
hurt
still
to
a lot
check.
they're not telling
It
us.
would still be good to check, my good friend.
I can do that though. On our own.
If this machine can offer strategic counsel, finding and neutralizing the individuals that came across this artifact in the first place might be the best course of action suited to this machine's skills. It might also be the most financially viable, as it costs you basically nothing to kill a person.
Well, but it's costing you a whole lot more if you get caught, you see.
That's not an option in this machine's estimation.
Perhaps for you, but we are no machines.
Well,
I think
alrighty then.
I think you forget you're talking to a stealth killer robot.
I'm aware of what I talk to. I'm just pointing out the potential downsides. Should we all make a move on the individuals who found it, and should one of us get caught, it could lead to some. Well, the law.
This machine isn't authorized to execute strategic decisions for the group. Whatever you decide, this machine is obligated to carry out.
We have options. We do not need to make an absolute decision right away. Gathered information should be our first and foremost.
Yep.
All right, let's split up and look for clues.
What are we?
Guess so. I'll
What are we?
be
Some
in the
cheesy?
office. Or
What are we? Some cheesy '80s cartoon?
Looks at the vending machine. I don't know anymore. Maybe.
You raise a good point. Well, at least it'll be amusing. It'll be an amusing mission.
Yeah, Hexa, where do you go just back to the office
just-
to do your business?
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with you to assist.
I
alright, since you
I can
guys are
assist- I
heading
can
back to the
assist Finny.
office.
Are these arcade machines here?
Yeah, those are arcade machines.
Based.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's-
I'll
it's
just go on
quite-
my scuffed little table here.
It's literally a tech bro office.
Yeah.
So you guys head back to your shared office, and you see, I'm over here who's furiously pounding on the keyboards, utterly determined. There's a fire in like all several dozen of his eyes. Just typing furiously on the keyboard. You don't know what the heck he's doing, but it can't be good.
Oh, we know exactly what he's doing. He's trying to make sure that Professor Phelps doesn't get paid.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, no, you know exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't think it would be a good idea to disturb him right this moment?
Yeah. Just gotta look at him and just believe him.
Well, that just makes you want to disturb him more.
God.
Okay. That's very funny, yes. We're just gonna let them do their business.
Alrighty, so, Hexa and Ocho, what would you guys like to do?
yeah.
Also, Bang, if you look in Hex's inventory, you'll notice I stuck a hacker's laptop in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tiny.
Nice.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a Razer laptop.
Oh god.
That's what it does.
Razor. Ayo.
Well, basically, it gives
Gonna
you a
burn that in 5
+1
minutes.
item bonus to any lore hacking checks, and any lore hacking checks to pick a lock, only if it's an electronic lock, or to decipher writing. In addition, the laptop allows you to cast Delete as an at-will spell, but only while you have the laptop in use. So you have to actually be holding it in order to cast Delete.
The what? Hee.
Fucking
Yeah.
fucking Ben from BTD6 moment.
Oh yeah, in case you guys aren't aware, I am actually making use of certain Starfinder 2E playtest material, because...
Nice.
Yeah. So you'll find stuff like Delete, Doom Scroll, Motivating Ringtone, and I forgot what other one I
Oh my
have
god.
in here somewhere.
Fucking Doom Scroll.
Yeah, no, Doom Scroll's
That's
hilarious.
That's a really funny sounding spell.
It is, and it's actually most of them are I think qualified as arcane or occult, so you can actually cast those. Yeah. Anyway, yes. What would you like to do?
First off, just scroll. I'll probably just look through like message boards, social media, some random mother's blog about cooking.
Alright. Go ahead and roll me a lore hacking check, please.
Sure.
Uh-huh. And give yourself a +1 because I think you're gonna be probably using the laptop.
I.
And that'll be an item bonus, not circumstance.
Yeah.
So if you ever get any additional bonuses, you can actually stack those.
Very nice.
As long as they're not an item bonus. So yeah, that's how bonuses work in Pathfinder. You can't have more than one bonus of the same type. So if you're getting circumstance bonuses from 2 sources, you'll get whichever one's higher. However, if you have a circumstance bonus and an item bonus, those will stack on top of each other. So and then I think the other bonus is status bonus, which you usually get from spells.
Yep.
Or alchemical food, it really depends.
Like bless or guidance.
Yeah. So
Yep.
if you're in the mood for bonus stacking, get it from as many different sources as possible if you're really up for that. Alrighty.
At the low levels, it's generally only be like a plus one source.
Yeah.
Oh, it can expand to multiple as you get up there in levels and gain more options.
Alrighty, so 16. Alrighty, so what would a 16 net to you? So, from trawling the message boards and all sorts of social media, you managed to hone in on a particular sphere of the social media network. Mainly the circles that errants tend to run in. adventurer blogs, guild message boards, contract postings, etc., etc., and stuff like that. And it's pretty quiet. It's pretty run of the mill. You'll find posts about teams of divers from errant guilds going out to sea, looking at certain shipwrecks, or accompanying archaeological expeditions around the islands of Tortuga. Typical stuff. Nothing particularly of note. It's not until you start skimming the dark web a little bit that you start finding stuff. And it's very cryptic. The languages... The best way I can describe it, the language that's used is some sort of code. It seems very, very mundane, nothing out of the ordinary, but it's code for something.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very innocuous stuff. Like innocuous to kind of like how you'd be describing going to the grocery store to pick up something, like pick up eggs or milk or whatever.
Oh, but it just sounds like off.
It sounds off, especially it's the kind of lingo that would be used in the dark web to conceal what's actually being spoken of or being done.
Hey, Ocho, come take a look at this. Does that look right to you?
I take a look at it. Is it... would it be possible to try to decipher this using society?
Yes, it would. So, technically
Oh,
speaking,
he's so sociable.
This would be decipher writing using society. So, you don't have to remember the exact actions, but yeah, that's what you're doing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you could go ahead and roll society, and because you are pursuing a lead on this subject, you get a +1 circumstance bonus.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
+1 circumstance. I think that's add. Yeah. Another 16.
Average
Nice.
rolls.
Let's go.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a success. Not a huge success, but a success nonetheless. Alrighty. So, Ocho, this sort of lingo is stuff that is familiar to you, especially since, you're the one who invented cryptocurrency and all that jazz. So you know what this stuff means, because you've maybe dabbled in it a bit before. So you know the lingo. So essentially the conversations going on in the dark web, at least what you're best able to understand. Some of the terminology is a little different since it probably evolved since the last time you took a dip in.
Definitely.
But best you're able to figure out is the chatter talks about some kind of big score that's people are gossiping about. No one really knows what it is, other than the fact that it might possibly be some sort of divine artifact related to a god, but which god, no one's really able to determine.
Okay, like a lot of speculation.
There's a lot of
but nobody-
speculation. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The most common one that you see is, of course, stuff relating to the sea goddess Salicea. Because, hey, the Tortuga Isles are in the middle of the ocean. Kind of obvious that, might be an artifact to do with that. Or it could be an artifact related to the goddess Zephyria, who is the goddess of travel and the winds. Again, islands of adventure, not really that far of a stretch.
Yeah.
But there are some fringe crackpot theories that you're able to translate, and the theory is that it might actually be something even bigger than that. And what else are you able to find out from the messages?
Okay.
Not too many details about the auction, but there are people that are scrambling to get an invitation, air quotes, because this auction is a private auction, as it would seem.
Okay. I'll relay all of this to Hexa and then say, do we have invitations to this? Or are we supposed to procure an invitation?
Oh, I didn't get one in my email. I'm assuming that we have to procure some.
Okay. What do you think about these gods? I'm not native to Tortuga, but something about the travels and seas doesn't seem big enough for the suits to really want it. It's got to be something bigger, I think.
Yeah. Not much of a fan of the gods per se. Brings up bad memories.
Well,
I think
yeah, that's pretty much,
yeah.
I think, we can get from here.
We should probably relay this to the other group and see what they're doing.
Yeah. See if they figured out anything else.
Yeah, so we'll zoom back over to these guys.
Yeah. See what they're up to.
Alright, so Finny, Pent, and Grave, while Hexa and Ocho are off trying to do some research of their own. What are you guys doing in the meantime? What are you talking about?
I would like to do something.
Sure.
It's something we talked about, Phoe.
Uh-huh. What would you like to do?
Summon my companion.
Oh, okay. You'd like to call up that guy?
Okay, so Finny, at first he's like, okay, so if we're gonna be finding an artifact of some kind relating to Tortuga, I think a good place to start is stuff that has been previously found here, since this is a prosperous city after all for adventurers and all that, and errands. So, let's see if we can dig up some stuff. I got someone for this though. Gonzo, where the heck are you?
As soon as you say the name, the lights around you flicker a little bit. And in between like the flickering of the lights, you see a dark shadow seemingly pop out of nowhere from the wall. Boop. Wait, he's not supposed to be that big. Hang on one second.
Small.
He's supposed to be smaller than that. 1 second. There we go. Wrong size. There we go. Boop. Son of a bitch! Okay, hang on. Just pretend that his token's smaller.
It looks a little smaller.
Yeah, he's smaller.
I know this rat.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you see this kind of hunched over rat folk individual pop out of the shadows from the wall. Skitters over to you, Finny, rubbing his hands together. Yes, boss? What you need?
I need you to dive into the storage room and find records of any and all artifacts found in Tortuga.
Oh? Yeah. Well, anything in particular you want to find? I find it for you.
Anything, I guess, you could classify as big, historical.
Gonzo tilts his head to one side. One of his eyes twitch behind his very, very thick, goggle-like glasses. That is not much to go on, my friend. Could you elaborate a little more?
Well, I don't have much to go off either. I'm trying to cross-reference something that we're trying to find, per se. We're hunting for an artifact, and I need some examples to look into. So, yeah. There's been a recent discovery on Tortuga about an artifact that supposedly has really big significance. And we're trying to hunt for it, so if you can get us anything relating to this place's history, or any other big artifacts that were uncovered in Tortuga, that'd be helpful.
You see Gonzo nod his head very vigorously, and so vigorous, in fact, that you think his head might detach from his spine. And
You can stop that now.
He steeples his fingers together. Yeah, okay. I go find this information for you. Give me a few minutes. I'll be back.
Oh, one more thing.
What is it?
Feel free to take and bring to me some extra helpful tools that they won't mind missing.
Squints at you. Oh, you want the good stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
You want me to get you some stuff?
Yes. Essentially, that's what I'm asking.
He nods again.
An eyebrow at Finny.
Okay.
Dealing from the suit. Ill-advised.
I watch over that place anyways. It's fine.
I don't believe that changes my statement, my good friend.
It's only small stuff.
Define small.
Like some small gadgets and gizmos.
Well,
Can't access the armory, so that's the next best
sure,
thing.
huh? Well, sure hide if you get caught.
They'll be fine. Okay, you can go do the thing now.
Nods again. Okay. I'll go now. I get you the stuff. I'll be right back. Lights flicker again, and Gonzo hops into a nearby shadow and disappears. Boop.
Impressive. Must commend
Hey,
yourself.
handler.
Must commend. Yes, Grave?
This unit has a query.
Shoot.
Sorry, I didn't understand that. There isn't a specified target at this time.
Ask your query.
Okay. This unit has limited, but pretty extensive databases on underworld enterprises, illicit trading, and black market rings around the region, as this unit has operated in those environments before. Did you want this unit to search its databases for any relevant information, since it seems like you're in the process of gathering relevant information for the directive?
That would be lovely, my friend. Please,
No
go
problem.
ahead. If we come across any contacts of mine, we can also ask them. Not that we're gonna find them in here, of course.
Can I search like any basically mission logs of Grave? Like see if it's operated, if it knows maybe like any organizations that might be like a lead.
Yeah, you may. That is actually a very good thing to look up. So, Grave in particular has underworld lore, which is extremely useful. That deals with all things illicit and criminal, which would be very, very useful for you. So you can go ahead and roll that to see if there's anything Graves encountered in previous missions or in the mission database. Ooh, excellent. That is definitely a success. All right. So, with that roll, Grave, you go through previous mission logs in the suit's database, at least what's not sealed or heavily redacted, whatever you have access to. And there are several names that pop up, several names and organizations that the suits deal with either on an individual agent by agent basis or as an organization as a whole. There's one name that pops up quite often, and it is the name of a fence. And so for those people who don't know what a fence is somebody who you sell illegally gotten material goods to in order to clean the money. It's for money laundering. Yeah. He's essentially, he's an antiques dealer known as Lobo Del Mar. And I'll type that in the chat for you.
Give us the name.
And that is the name, Lobo Del Mar. He is an antiques dealer in Las Palmeras, which is the city that you guys are in Tortuga. There's a pretty well-known antiques dealer, buys and sells all sorts of minor magical artifacts and relics, and deals with the suits rather often, deals with agents on a particularly frequent basis, buys a lot of the things that they find either on missions or, you know, their little side gigs, so to speak. And, you know, in exchange for cut of the profits. If anybody would be able to figure out or know anything about this artifact or whatever this auction is, it would probably be him. And additionally, what you know from mission logs and experience, Lobo has his own antique shop out in the city, near the edge of it, but he also spends a lot of time in the El Dorado Casino up top.
Okay.
Your query has finished. I'm going to print out all of that info on like a receipt.
Nice. We snatch it up. Oh, Domar. I haven't talked with him for a while. I guess if anyone would know anything about the good stuff on the market, he's likely the first person we should go talk to. Other than that, I think we'll have to continue this up top. Not really a purpose for waiting so long down here for my stuff to come back, so we could probably go ahead and get searching. Are the people in the office done, though?
Maybe.
Yeah, would this be about the same amount of time?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look, they're back.
Oh, you guys are done?
About as done as we can get, yeah.
Let's see.
Did you find anything interesting?
Well, we know we have someone we could talk to about all this, yes.
Okay. All we really found was explains a bunch of like theories of what this item could be.
That is a lot.
Doesn't really give a good picture. It seems we got a little extra bump in the road. Gotta have to find a way to the auction and get in just as well.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. we're gonna be talking with an auction dealer. We're gonna be talking with the antique dealer that the suits regularly talk to. So his name's Lobo Del Mar. If you ever heard of him.
It sounds a little familiar.
If anyone's to know anything, he might be the one to know.
And failing that, I could probably call upon some old contacts.
But I think we should clean this top side because, yeah,
More than
we got some
likely.
people to talk to.
Indeed. Indeed we do. And we wouldn't want to keep them waiting. Not that we've called upon them yet.
Oh, and Grave,
Yes, handler.
are you able to go back into your concealed mode when we get up there?
For sure. Although this machine is obligated to let you know that transportation of this machine is impossible without external help when it's in concealment mode. What that
Oh,
means
and-
in plain English is that this machine can't move while it's a vending machine.
I'm sure we could.
see.
I'm sure we could requisite. I'm sure we can get a hold of a dolly. Would practically own the place above, after all.
I guess so. Opens door.
Yes.
Professor, do you happen to have a dolly for this thing?
Professor, he's seemingly in the middle of something. When you open the door, it startles him. Oh, a dolly? I'm sure I have plenty lying around here somewhere. Moves to the corner, trying to sift through the piles of mechanical parts he's got lying around. And he's grumbling to himself. Oh, I know I had one here somewhere. Where did I? It takes a couple of minutes, and you hear a lot of banging and crashing as stuff is thrown about the room.
It's just taking longer.
Here we go. I think this should be suitable enough. And comes back, dragging I guess a dolly with him. It's fairly heavy duty, but considering Graves' size and, more importantly, weight, you're not sure if it would be heavy duty enough to take it. But considering the type of machinery the professor deals with, it should be fine.
Appreciate it, Professor.
Yeah, that's all we need. Thanks. You can go back to what you were doing.
And good luck on
all
it.
right then. Yeah, best of luck to you. That dolly should be rated for at least a ton, so should be fine.
Just nods and closes door. Okay. I think we're
Additionally, if it's of more assistance to you, it's important to remember that this machine can conceal its armament while in mobile mode.
settled. Oh,
Would
that's
probably
cool.
would probably be for the best if you did that until such need as a force was
Well, all right
required.
then.
Traveling around with a fucking goddamn transformer. Basically what he is.
That's true. Yeah.
Alrighty. So where would you guys?
Don't worry about him. He'll join us later. He's still trying to get that guy take his pay.
Just send him a text.
Already
Um,
did.
He'll probably be fine. Nothing will happen in the intervening half hour that it takes him to commit fraud.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That'll be fine.
Surely.
Okay. I guess we're going
Alrighty.
topside, Phoe.
Alrighty, so let me pull up my map. Alright. Anywhere in particular you'd like to go? Let me transfer you guys over to this map so you can pick where you'd like to go. Boop.
Oh. Look at this map. Wow.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, this map here is the map of the city that Suits HQ is in. So, the pit is located underneath El Dorado Casino, which is right here in the city of Las Palmeras on the island of Gran Tortuga. So, Del Mar Antiques, where Lobo Del Mar is usually hanging out, is over here. But as Grave was able to find out, he also spends a lot of time at the casino.
I mean, my thought is that, you know,
Well,
if you
I
could be at
mean,
the casino, let's just start at the casino.
Yeah,
You
if
wanna
it's
go to the
right
casino?
above the offices for the suits, then absolutely.
Alrighty. One moment. So you're gonna start your search in the casino?
Yep.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
sounds good to me.
Alrighty.
Do some gambling in the meantime, you know?
Yeah. You actually totally could.
You could
Um,
Don't worry, we'll
Like-
put DG. We'll put DG on it. His dice rolls have continued to be very good this week.
So
I actually have Lord Gambling on me, by the way.
yeah, he does.
Ah, so he can defeat Nadu.
Yeah. So, who's going up in which elevator? Because there's only 2 elevators, but they're not big enough to hold all of you at once, so you're gonna have to split each other up. This is just for positioning's sake, so, who would like to be stuck with Grave in an elevator?
Yeah. There's
Sure, I'll be
the
stuck.
most
Sure, I'll
awkward
be stuck.
elevator ride ever.
All right.
Sure, I'll be stuck
Just like
in an elevator.
like fucking like the little elevator music playing.
Yeah.
You in this giant vending machine with guns.
Alright,
Although the guns are attractive.
who's going where?
Well, Pent's going with Grave, I think.
Uh-huh. And the rest of
And
you
the
are
rest
going
of
in
us
the
are
other one?
just...
Alright.
Yeah.
Leave Grave with the guy who doesn't really have complete handler status. The killing machine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
You know, Suit, these elevators have a 15% chance of failing during ascent, which is significantly lower than the rest of the city.
What are the percentages of the rest of the city's elevators?
They range from 25% to about 60 in some of the less enfranchised areas.
Impressively bad.
This is very important information for this machine, as this machine weighs a lot.
Fair, fair.
And
That'll-
silent
I'm
for
sure
the
it'll be
rest
fine.
of the elevator.
Yeah, Pen will literally just be leaning against the wall, tails idly swaying, as they just kind of hang. Literally not a care in the world about this damn elevator. No. Okay. I will be back. I have to get onto my phone because I'm going to be traveling home soon. So, communication on my end will be, barred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Alright, no worries, no worries.
About a 45-minute drive home, but once I'm back home, I'll be back on a flash.
It's alright, no worries.
I will not let a car drive stop me from playing.
We will try not to get into combat in the meantime, because I am not gonna force you to do that.
That would be a time. Yeah, okay, I'll be
That
back
would
in
be a
a
time.
a couple.
Alright.
Alright, so...
Oh gosh, the music.
Loud.
A little loud.
Very.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
We're fine now, I think.
Alrighty. You guys take the seemingly long elevator ride up to casino level, and it is positively bustling. You guys are only in the back hallway areas right now, but you can still hear the noises from nearby slot machines somewhere further in the casino.
What's down here? Oh, that's a theater. Poke my head out, see the theater. Nope, that's not where I'm going.
This is a big map, I'm just warning you. It's like a lot.
Here's where
Noted.
we're going. Here. Here's the main gambling area.
Yeah, I don't have a crap ton of tokens. I don't put a ton of tokens on the map just to avoid.
No,
lag.
that's fair.
Assume
Now they're
that it's
NPCs.
kinda- yeah,
They're
assume,
NPCs. Who cares?
assume it's bustling right now.
Super bussin'.
You guys walk in onto the main casino floor, and as is typical for a casino in a tourist town, it is positively bustling. There are people occupying nearly every slot machine. Most of the card tables are filled, and the money is flowing, and things are good. You have waiters and waitresses wandering around with drink carts, asking patrons if they'd like to imbibe in a cocktail or a beer or two. And people seem to be rather self-absorbed. It's a casino, after all. But you might be able to find out a little bit of information here or there if you have a listen.
Question: would we be familiar with the staff here?
You would
Like,
actually.
maybe not on the first name basis, but like have seen them every now and then.
Yeah, you'd be familiar with the staff. They're not. I wouldn't say they're directly employed by the suits per se. This is the front, right? This is the legitimate business front. So they're
Yeah.
just, run-of-the-mill employees. They don't really know the nitty-gritty of the illicit activities that go on. They're just employees. They just work here. But you would know some of the employees, yes. Because they probably know you by face, maybe not by name. They assume that you're the higher-ups.
Okay.
We
I was
fund
just
this
curious.
place.
Yeah.
We're shareholders, technically.
Yeah, technically, you're shareholders.
So, where would this guy be?
Would you happen to know that, Grave?
Sorry, Grave was chewing. No,
Hold up.
Sorry, this unit was consuming substance.
yeah. Would I know like what part of the casino he's usually in?
Let me think about that. Offhand, I don't think you would. All you'd really know is that he frequents the casino, but he is a VIP, so he might be in one of the VIP areas, or getting the royal treatment somewhere.
One of the VIP rooms is right here.
Unfortunately, I can't guarantee that this machine knows the exact location of Mr. Del Mar. But what this machine does know is that Mr. Del Mar is a frequent customer to this establishment and holds VIP status. It might be good to look in one of the VIP areas.
Okay. Luckily, there's one right near us, so take a look-see. Walks up here.
Oh, it's long.
And looks in here.
Alrighty, so you take a peek in the VIP room, and it's quiet compared to the rest of the casino. Whereas you hear a lot of the noises from the slot machines, the jingling of coins, chorus of cheers at the tables. The vibes in here are much more chill. There's a couple of people around the card table in the back, and then there's a bartender serving drinks at the small bar there. And a couple of other patrons lounging around. But No, no sign of Delmar as far as you can tell. Doesn't
Okay,
seem to be on the high rolling end today.
So he's not here.
Grave just looks through the door, fills the whole door, and then just like loudly like, there is nobody important in this room.
Wait, are you just like hauling a vending machine around?
No, he's. I believe Grave is in non-combat mode, so no weapons up, but walking around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Definitely getting stares.
Yeah, you are definitely getting a lot of stares. Yeah. Most of the patrons are kind of absorbed in their gambling. They don't really take notice because, hey, when you're in a casino, you're kind of a zombie. But the patrons that do take notice, you'll see them turn their heads slowly, like glance at you out of the corner of their eyes, and then turn their heads and then turn their bodies fully and just stare, unsure of what to do. You see a few people try to flag down security. They whisper something to the security guards and point and glance your way. And security guards simply shake their head and try to reassure the customers. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. It's nothing. It's just a new server robot that we've got on experimental trials. Or whatever other
It'll wave at
bullshit
some of them.
excuse. Or whatever other bullshit excuse that they try to cover it up.
it's just a new product, trust me.
Hey
So you
there.
guys haven't.
Go ahead.
What? You guys haven't seen walking vending machines before? Honestly.
A couple of patrons will nervously smile and wave back.
Oh, that's great. These would be really vulnerable targets. Were there a directive against them?
Oh my
Okay,
God.
don't talk about that here. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Just pretend you're, not a murder machine. And we'll be fine.
Okay. Feeling
Anyways.
thirsty? Need a refresh?
Once again,
Oh my God,
Okay.
that's hilarious.
Finny at this point is gonna try and wake down the staff and ask if Mr. Delmar has been here. Because he's a VIP, so they should know him.
You ask some of the wait staff if they've seen Delmar. Do you know what Delmar looks like?
I'd say Finny has definitely had some previous contacts with him since, Artifact Man.
Alright, yeah, definitely. Okay. So, you talk to the wait staff and, sorry, I'm trying to fix something here. You talk to the wait staff and, they seem confused for a moment. They don't really recognize the patron you're describing, at least at first. But after a little bit more elaboration, you see clarity in their expressions. And we like, Mr. Delmar. I believe I saw him in the lounge area today. I don't know if he's still there. He might be ordering enjoying himself a drink or something. Doesn't seem to be in the gambling mood today.
Oh, that's unusual. But thanks for the info anyways.
The wait staff give you a polite nod and then returns to work.
Well, guys, we're walking to the other side of the casino.
Oh boy. Alright.
Alright. Here we go.
Walk, 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 walk.
This map is huge.
Yeah, it's a big map. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, you got this.
Oh god.
Oh god. Where?
Just keep going
Oh.
straight. Just keep going
Here
straight.
we go.
There he is. So yeah, I guess we see, you know, that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I was expecting.
Great points.
Me neither.
Target located.
So you guys walk into the lounge area, and compared to the rest of the casino, again, it is much quieter. The vibes are much more relaxed, and you hear soft piano music filling the room from the pianist playing on the stage. And the drinks are flowing, people are chatting. Not a ton of people in the lounge right now, but it's a fairly relaxed atmosphere. And in a booth near the back over here, you see what you can only assume to be Lobo Del Mar, who is a beastkin of the wolf variety, decked out in what looks like an antique captain's jacket and a ship captain's coat, and smoking what looks to be a very expensive cigar in one hand, and a glass of what looks like whiskey or brandy on the rocks in the other. And he is also surrounded by no small amount of security.
Definitely Kingpin vibes.
Yeah, he's got some definite Kingpin vibes, which is kind of... Well, if you guys didn't know any better, it would seem very, very weird for that much security for an antiques dealer. But you guys know better.
Yes. We're in the know.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to notice you guys yet. He's just enjoying his cigar and enjoying his drink and listening to the pianist.
Hey, is that your guy over there? He seems very prestigious.
That's Tim, alright.
Should we go over then, or?
Yeah.
Alright,
If anyone want to join me.
sure.
So, yeah. 3 agents walk up to this fella.
Do you just walk up to him?
Well, yeah, walk
That's
up
what Grave
for him to
does.
see us, you know?
Okay, oh. Let me see something here. One moment. Okay.
Grave is walking up to it.
So, you guys start walking up to Mr. Del Mar, and he notices you right away. Particularly the big hulking frame of Grave, and his eyes squint in the giant vending machine's direction. He nods to his guards, who immediately go on alert. They're not acting yet, but you see them tense up and perhaps edging their hands close to whatever weapons they have concealed in their suit jackets. And they seem ready to strike. They're primed for a confrontation if one were to happen.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mr. Del Mar. That thing's with us.
He's a friendly Iron Giant. Don't worry.
If it's any reassurance to you, Mr. Del Mar, this machine currently does not have a directive to end your life at this time.
I am going to need somebody to roll me a diplomacy check, please.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
We should not have brought the vending machine.
Definitely not.
I am trained in diplomacy.
I'm not.
Yeah.
We need Pent here. Okay. That's
Oh, there we go.
Success. Nice.
Soft
Very
20.
nice. All right. The yeah, the secure. Okay, how do you try to reassure him, like placate him some more?
What's a good excuse for this? It's up to you, man.
Look, we're just looking for some information. We have to take the robot for a walk, and kind of like whispers over to Grave. Just be in standby mode. Let us do the talking. Maybe step back
Well, all
a
right
bit.
then.
And then goes back to Delmar, and we, like I said, we were just taking it for a walk, and we heard you were in the area, and we wanted to chat a bit, have some drinks, maybe get some information, that kind of stuff.
The Delmar's security detail glances at him as if seeking some sort of confirmation with raised eyebrows, and Mr. Delmar nods back to them, and then stares at you, Ocho. And then he lets out a hearty, almost growly laugh. Taking the robot out for a walk, huh? I've never heard that one before. Well then, you said you wanted to chat? Well, pull up a chair, why don't you? Let's talk business. I like you, little man. And, waves over to the bartender or waitress that's wandering around. The waitress walks by, glances at him with a curious look. Can I get you anything, Mr. Delmar? The wolfman nods. Ah, yes! A round of drinks for my new friends over here. Anything they want. Drinks are on me today. Waitress smiles happily and nods. Of course, Mr. Delmar. Right away, sir. And she wanders back over to the bar and starts grabbing some drinks. He returns. Starts
Yeah.
laying them out on the table.
Ocho's just gonna say, it was more my associate, Finny, here that wanted to talk to you.
The
I'm
security
just a bit of
guards-
the middleman.
So, the security detail moves out of the way a little bit, but they stay close enough that they can keep an eye on you. But far away enough to give you guys some privacy, air quotes.
Nice. Hello there, Delmar. How's the antique business going?
Ah, you know how it is. Business is booming. With the weather recently, quite a few errands have managed to make some really, really good finds in the surrounding sea. And you know me, I love that stuff. But tell me, what is it you're really after? I'm sure you're not looking for some paltry trinkets from wannabe adventurers. So tell me, what is it you really want?
Well, we want nothing like that, of course. What we're mainly looking for is the big stuff. Something big has been discovered recently. I'm sure you heard the rumors.
Mr. Delmar nods, not really betraying anything in his expression as he takes a long drag from his cigar and blows a puff of smoke past you. I may have heard some things, but you know, all the sorts of baseless rumors that float around are part of the ocean.
I know that. But this has to do with something bigger for all of us.
For the briefest of moments, you see Mr. Delmar's lips curl up in the slightest hint of a wolfish grin. Uh-huh. And I'm guessing you want in on a piece of the action? 'Cause, I got connections.
We would. Maybe you know of a certain auction taking place?
Mr. Delmar's smile slowly spreads into a grin, and he chuckles once more. I might know something. Tell me, though, if I tell you what I know, what's in it for me, huh?
I'm just thinking. Hold on.
It's okay.
I'm not good at confrontations like these. You know that, though.
It's alright, it's alright.
You can throw in a free grave.
Throw in a free grave.
Would so he's mostly an antique dealer.
Mm-hmm. He is an antiques dealer.
Yeah.
So, if you'd like me to throw you a little bit of a bone here, you may use Devise a Stratagem if you would like. Or, you
Yeah,
can roll
that's,
any other relevant skill that you think might help you here in figuring out the best way to approach this guy. Or, you know, of course, you can just make use of Pent and his "Would you kindly" ability and get a little chummy with him.
That's a thing.
I was thinking
Can I hear you well, Alex? What'd you say?
also, I was thinking of a different way to do this girl. Same again?
C, roll d20. Okay. So is just a flat d20?
So, under your HUD bar, so click on your token. You have under strikes, which is the first square on your hotbar, or not your hotbar, your HUD bar. So your toggle investigating a designated subject with pursue a lead. So all you have to do is roll an attack, because that'll factor in the d20 and your intelligence mod. So it doesn't have to be an armed attack, you can just roll an unarmed, and it'll, you know, whichever's highest. So it'll be the d20 plus 6. Yeah. So roll me an attack if you don't mind.
Oof.
You have hero points.
You have hero points, you have 2. You may use
That's
them.
true. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of those.
Just don't roll lower.
Uh,
You right click to roll, you click re-roll, you see hero point.
Yep.
oh. There we go.
Ah, there you go. Much better.
Nice.
Alright. So, using your knowledge of people and your expertise in dealing with more unscrupulous individuals, you know for a fact that, of course, money talks, but when it comes to somebody who has nearly everything, money is perhaps not the best thing, although, you know, it certainly helps. What would probably be more beneficial for someone like Mr. Delmar would be maybe an exchange of information. An antiques dealer deals with all sorts of people, and if he's going to give you something, you need to give him something in exchange. Something good, something juicy. Something that would perhaps be advantageous to him. Maybe not right now, but definitely in the future. And when it comes to secrets, you're the best secret keeper in the suits who's accumulated a fair bit would be this guy.
You know who I'm pointing at.
Finny knows a lot.
There you go. I see. Okay.
Now, with a roll that high, that's actually a very good roll. What you know of Finny? Finny is both very secretive, but also very talkative. He knows a lot of things, and he's kind of all too happy to talk about them, but Bloopy always seems to stop him from sharing too much. The question is, what secrets does Finny know would be very useful for someone like Delmar? He probably has a wide array of stuff, but chances are Finny knows something good.
Yes.
It probably wouldn't take too much to convince Finny to blab something.
Yeah, I'd scoot a little closer. I'd whisper, You got any good secrets that we could probably give him?
What kind?
Either some other artifacts or maybe just somewhere where security might be lax. Or even a hint on if there's any fake artifacts to avoid
Okay, Phoe,
in other auctions.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. So, Phoe, I have, some stuff I can roll for this.
I know what you're talking about. We discussed this before. You wanna use that skill?
Sure.
Yeah, is that what you want to do?
Well, I can choose either artifacts or the funny one. I can choose.
That's up to you. Cause the one in question I'm sorry, I keep going out of my way to not call it what it is, but your redacted lore, that is the juiciest stuff that you've got.
I'm not gonna do that yet, then.
That is the juiciest stuff that you've got, and I know Finny would probably be bursting at the seams to blab it to somebody, but that is like bombshell big. I don't know if that's
No, he's not
entirely
gonna do that.
appropriate for this.
Bloopy would stop him anyways, so
Yeah,
you know.
Bloopy would probably stop him.
Let's just do the artifact lord. Get that stuff out of the way.
Go for it. Make an artifact lore roll, and we'll determine what kind of artifact you blab about.
In fact, I'll give myself guidance on this.
Okay.
Because I can do that.
Nice.
I'm a spellcaster. I can... So, you know what? Let's do it.
Alright.
Bloop, and... Roll.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. 21. Alright. So, give me one moment. Let me, sift through what I've got here and see if there's anything that's, appropriate. One moment!
Like, I do know of a lot of stuff out of character, Phoe.
Wait, DM it to me, please. Let me see if, our info matches up. Yeah, so just DM me what artifacts you are already aware of, because I don't remember. So the stuff that you mentioned, DG, the big ones are a bit too big. Like, it would have to be stuff that, you know, confirmed to have found. Actually, you know what? The former stuff would actually be appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alright, yeah, go ahead. Did you want to pick one, or do you want me to pick one for you?
Pick one for me.
Okay. Okay, I'm just realizing something here.
You're
You
realizing
point-
something.
Yeah, if you point that out, it means he's gonna go find it. You son of a bitch! You asshole!
He's a suit. He's what else do you expect, you know?
Okay. Actually,
There's also
yeah,
other stuff
Finny.
that's more farther away if you want to, you know.
No, I got a good one. Okay. So, Finny, from what you recall, one of your previous postings in the last couple of months was in the country of Sheridan. Well, not the past couple of months, like the past year, where sometime after you left, you became aware of a specimen that the labs there managed to acquire, like close to the end of that facility's life before it went dark. And from what you recall from the reports of the agent posted there, the specimen that they managed to obtain was a dryad and her bound tree. But it wasn't just any dryad and tree, no. It was a golden apple tree. And and Finny knows what golden apples are. They are golden apples of knowledge, concentrated knowledge. And the consumption of one would yield vast amounts of untold information, a lifetime's worth of scholarly study in one little item. And as far as you know, even though the facility is inaccessible, it's possibly still there, the tree and the apples.
Yes.
Would just take a lot of digging. So yeah, that is what you know. I'm going
It may
to
be hard
regret
for him
this.
to. It may
I'm
be
gonna
hard for him
regret
to
this
reach it.
later. Yeah, it might be hard for him to reach it, but it's there. I'm gonna regret this so much later. I hate you so much right now.
I made this character. You know what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So, just as an FYI for literally everybody else. So, the first season of ReGenesis, they were stuck. They were trapped in the aforementioned labs. It had actually gone dark a couple of months prior, and the party, due to some interesting circumstances, managed to find themselves stuck in there. They fell into a crevasse and got buried in there. And turns out there was some kind of multi-faction war that kind of happened in the labs because several of the specimens got loose and a bunch of shit got corrupted, including the dryad. Ended up becoming some weird, freaky flesh monster. The party helped out a succubus that was masquerading as an employee down there, and the dryad and the succubus were kind of at each other's throats. So, the deal was, in exchange for the party retrieving the golden apples of knowledge from the tree, so, you know, because she was a succubus of knowledge, not, you know, the lusty kind, she would help them escape because she knew how to fiddle with teleportation magic. And, yeah, the party succeeded and found themselves in the possession of 5 golden apples. Actually, no, 4. They gave one to her, they kept 4. One of them got eaten, though, which spawned a sentient raven. So yeah, it's intelligent now and it talks. And then another apple got split into 3 amongst the nature creatures around town in exchange for their aid. So now the party has 2 remaining.
Yeah, 2.
Doc has 1. Crew has the other. So,
This sounds so weird out of context, probably.
it sounds really weird out of context. They did a bunch of crazy shit in literally the span of an in-game week. So yeah, no, the apples of knowledge are... They're kind of nuts. If you manage to get your hands on one, eating a whole one grants you a lot of information that normally people would not know. Like, you know, like foundations of the universe type stuff. Yeah.
So, Finny, some spark of inspiration, and he says, I believe this is big enough to where I could possibly divulge some information about where you can find yourself some golden apples of knowledge.
You see Mr. Delmar lean in. He puts down his cigarette and his drink, his hands folded. You've piqued his interest. I see. Go on, tell me more.
It's said that they are universal in that they can give you any knowledge you want from anywhere. But even just tasting it a little bit. And yeah, they can be found in Sheridan at specific coordinates around Table Rock. He whispers this, by the way.
Okay.
So, do you think that's a good enough trade?
Mr. Delmar leans back in his seat and strokes at his chin in consideration. And it takes a good long while, a minute or so, before he stares back at you and acknowledges you with a slow nod of his head. I did hear whispers coming out of Sunshell a couple of weeks back about the things that happened there. I'd say it's good enough information for trade. We'll see if it pays off, though. If it doesn't, well, I know where to find you. And he bares his teeth in a feral grin and flexes his fingers, exposing a wickedly sharp set of claws.
I don't remember ever letting you down with info, though.
No, your info's usually good. As weird and off-putting as you are, your intel's been good. So, as a show of good faith, I will trust your word. You've not let me down so far, so I'll take your word for it. Now, as for my end of the bargain, yeah, I do know about a particular auction that's going to be taking place. No one's said where it is yet. They're keeping it very close to the chest. These sellers are being particularly paranoid. Can't say I blame them, but you gotta keep your ass covered. However, I do happen to have a ticket to this private auction, and I'd be willing to let it go for you.
Well, that's where we need to head, so yeah. If you got that, I think we can suffice.
He smiles and reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a rather worn-looking piece of paper and holds it in the air for you and waves it around. This little thing right here would be your ticket.
Seeing that it's old, can I make a perception check to see if they, like, to read what is written on it as he's waving it around?
Yeah, sorry, 1 second, motherfucker. My husband stuck ice down my back again, you son of a bitch! You asshole!
Got him.
That's funny.
Oh my
My
god.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Sorry.
Absolutely outrageous behavior.
Oh, sorry, what was that you were asking? Something about the ticket.
Yeah, seeing that it's an old piece of paper, can I, like, make a perception check and see if, like, what's written on there, if it's legit? See if
Yeah,
he's not
you
trying
may.
to out,
Pull one over on you?
yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Roll perception. It'll be under attributes, but not under initiative. It'll be lower down, so perception.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see it, yeah.
Investigators have high perception, so.
They do. They have very high.
It says there is no active encounter. So...
It's lower down.
Lower down.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see it now. 18.
That's pretty good. Okay. With an 18, you're not sitting too English, holy crap. You're not sitting too far from Mr. Del Mar. Oh my god, that's a mouthful to say. You're not sitting too far from him, and you squint a little bit to get a better look at the ticket, and it seems legit. The paper itself is kind of worn and looks very aged. It's kind of unusual for something that would be used as a, air quotes, ticket.
Mhm.
Honestly, you expected something a little bit fancier, a little more sleek, nothing this old. The ink that's scribbled on the paper seems actually handwritten, but it's somewhat faded, the black having faded to kind of like a rusty brown. The words are almost illegible and written in a really, really fancy script.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the best that you can tell, and you have seen something like this before, it is sort of kind of used as a mark of trust between people who deal in artifacts. Meaning, people who hold this particular token, the things that they handle are genuine, they're legitimate, there are no fakes, there's no copies, it's the real deal. And kind of odd how yeah, something like this exists. Honor among thieves, I guess, but
Okay.
he does deal in legitimate business. And if he didn't have legitimate wares, yeah, well, he wouldn't have a business.
Yeah, I kind of see what this means now. It's not a ticket for the Austin. It's basically an all-around ticket for like everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty much marking him as, okay, I'm a dealer, I deal in these sorts of things, I am an expert. It's like how you go to a pawn shop, someone can say, oh, hey, I'm an expert, I know what I'm talking about. No, this is kind of like an official mark.
Right. Okay.
Of people
Gotcha.
within that sphere. Like, you can trust their expertise, but also trust their discretion, because dealing in artifacts and relics is a bit of a dangerous game. Not many people do it. So the magic items that you see for sale in a lot of shops, because unlike D&D where you kind of have to find magic items and treasure, in Pathfinder you can just buy them outright. And considering the kind of environment Mystgarde is, it's an adventure economy. You can just buy shit. People will enchant it, make it for you. It's a little bespoke, but there's an economy for it.
Yeah.
But The more rare and powerful stuff is stuff that you kind of have to dig up, you know, like Indiana Jones style, those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And dealing in those particular types of relics and magic items is a very dangerous business. And, you know, gaining access to those sorts of things and surviving this long without, you know, getting hunted down or robbed on a regular basis, it takes a certain sort. And from what you guys can tell from your very short interaction with Mr. Delmar, he's been in this game a long time, and he is no pushover. Even now, as you're sitting in front of him, he is a bit of an imposing figure, and you get the sense that if he really wanted to, and if you guys decided to try and jump him, he could probably crush you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
He exudes that level of confidence and strength.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I won't make a show of it or anything. I was just trying to see if he was trying to pull a fast one. So I'll relax a little.
And Finny will pretty much continue saying, give us the pass to our treasure trove, and I'll give you a pass to your treasure trove.
We fall silent for a moment, sizing the two of you up, almost like a predator sizing up its prey. And he pockets the ticket after a moment. Now, I hope you understand, I can't give you my ticket. This is my mark of legitimacy. However, I can pen you as associates with my firm, and you'll have the same level of legitimacy as me. However, bear in mind that as long as you are considered my associates, you reflect my reputation and represent my reputation. If you do anything I don't like, well, I have ways of resolving that.
Mm-hmm. I understand completely.
Yeah, Ocho nods.
Alright then. Now, I suppose we can get the paperwork sorted out a little later when I get back to my office. For now, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
And he leans over and reaches across the table to you for a handshake.
Yeah, Ocho will take the handshake.
We'll do so as well. Hehe.
So when Mr. Delmar reaches over Ocho, you notice that his hands are really huge and beefy, and you're kind of small. It's like at least
Oh, absolutely.
like
yeah.
3 or 4 times the size of your fist. So when he takes your hand to shake it, it's kind of terrifying. It seems like he could just crush you with just a slight squeeze. But he doesn't, thankfully, and then reaches over to Finny to shake his hand.
Yep. Does it. All good.
Yeah. It's not nearly as terrifying for you, Finny, because you're an elf, but you're still an elf. And compared to this guy, you're a twig. He'd snap you in half.
Of course. He literally is a kingdom.
Yeah, Delmar sees Grave trudge over.
Just
And how about you, big
ratchet
fella?
hand.
Delmar reaches over, clasps hand, acknowledges with a warrior's nod, Ah, strong grip. I like that. And you feel Delmar
robot, I would hope so.
squeeze a little bit, trying to test your hull integrity. Ah, yeah.
Grape
Very strong.
will apply a little bit.
When Delmar is met with a tiny bit of resistance, you see a feral grin spread over his lips. Ah, yes, excellent. Very nice.
I kind of want to see an athletics check, see who's stronger.
Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's go.
Athletics check. All right. So under skills, it'll be athletics. It's a +0. Okay.
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
Oh,
Let's go.
damn!
This vending machine is strong.
Oh,
So,
I need a steal.
full
Sure.
disclosure, Delmar is like 4 levels above you guys, but his athletics is +0.
God,
It's supposed to be like
damn,
that.
that's crazy.
So, Grave kind of fixes or meets the handshake with like a crushing grip, and you see Delmar startle a little bit, very surprised at how strong Grave's grip is, and it doesn't seem like it comes close to actually injuring him, but Delmar doesn't seem disturbed in the slightest. In fact, he actually seems very enthused by it. Ah, yes! Excellent! I like this guy! He releases the handshake and gives Grave a hearty pat on, I guess, the side. I know he's a robot and everything, but this guy, this is a good one. He's a keeper.
Hey,
Sure to
thanks,
treat-
Mr. Delmar.
Be sure to treat him well.
Oh, we will.
And, interestingly of note, unlike most people, Mr. Delmar actually refers to Grave as an individual and not an it. Which is kind of, yeah, just something of note.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
Respect.
Have a great rest of your day, okay?
Flashes a thumbs up. And picks up his cigar again.
Okay.
And gives it a huge puff. Now then, bear in mind, as long as you lot are considered associates, I may call on you for assistance for small jobs, at least until this auction takes place. As far as I know, it won't be for at least a week, perhaps more. I think whoever these sellers are waiting for a nice pool of buyers.
That's
No.
understandable since this development is recent.
Now, I don't know what this thing is myself, even though I know a lot coming from my pool of associates. But from my understanding, this thing's big. Like, world-changing big. Bigger than anything I've ever seen, and if I have to be quite honest, personally, I don't think I want to go near the damn thing. Too much hassle for my taste.
Oh, really?
But if you're willing to risk your necks for it, I'm not gonna stop you. Unfortunately, I won't be able to provide much more assistance than legitimacy.
That's understandable.
Yeah, if
We
you're gonna
speak
buy
it
this
in
thing,
after all.
if you're gonna buy this thing, it's coming out of your pockets, not mine. I'm just giving you the key to the door.
That's all we need.
According to the door is far more valuable. It's incredibly valuable as is, so we appreciate the Appreciated.
Delmar flashes you a grin, Pent. Of course, of course. Sometimes all you need is a foot in the door, but once that door is open, you best be prepared for what you find. You never know if what you'll find is a fortune or nothing at all. But that's the risk you take in this game, isn't it?
Yep. We're still even though we'll still have our foot in the door, we're still gonna try and get as much info on this artifact before the auction comes.
Well, I might be able to help you a little bit there. I'm still receiving some information myself. I mean, I'm sure your information network is good, but I can probably help verify this information a little bit easier for you.
That'll be appreciated.
Oh yeah. The more intel you get, feel free to come check in with me and I'll tell you if the intel's good or not. And when I know more, you'll know more.
Hehe. Nice. We'll keep in contact.
Excellent. I'm sure this will be a very profitable venture for both of us. He leans back in his seat and returns to his cigar and his drink.
Okay.
Guess we walk away now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Delmar will work out the paperwork for you guys, but it will come through later.
Okay.
That was eventful.
What would you guys like to do
Yeah.
for now?
There are other ways to gather info.
True.
We just know how to wait an auction, but you know, there's still a lot more we can find.
Oh, actually, I have a question
Sure.
for the group and the party, but are we being allowed to use the suit funds in order to purchase this? Or are we supposed to get the money for this? Or just steal it? I don't remember what exactly we were meant to do.
I'm pretty sure it was just get it however you can.
Yeah, like,
Gotcha.
yeah, above table, get it however you can. The suits did mention, or the pit boss said that you would be allocated some funds. You're not
Okay.
sure exactly how much. Like, the suits do have some pretty deep pockets, but, you're not exactly
I'd assume they
sure
don't want
how
to use
deep.
most of those unless it's necessary, you know?
Yeah. Like, if you can get it for, you know, cheap, yeah, great. But
Yeah,
chances
for
are,
free.
if this is as big as people are saying it is, it's probably not gonna be cheap.
We got a lot of money. There's no way someone richer than us gets this, right?
Say that again?
There's no way someone comes by that's a lot richer than us, right?
True, yeah. Okay. I think the only thing that pops up in my head about like something to research is would be if people speculate that it is related to one of the gods, just research any artifacts that would be related to the gods.
Okay.
I already got that under
Hey,
control.
welcome back.
So,
Oh,
one thing
okay.
I can tell you, and you don't need to roll for this because everybody would know this. So the Mystgarde pantheon is kind of split between a couple of different tiers. You have, you know, the minor gods and the local gods. So the minor gods are your gods that were created later, or they're local deities that are very regional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're still gods, but there's like so many of them, and they're so varied that it's pretty common. They're I wouldn't say they're not impressive. They're still impressive. It's just they're lower on the totem pole. And then you have the core gods, which are deities of elements of nature, of primary things or primary ideals or aspects of the universe. Those are the core gods. There's like a handful of those. The only thing that's higher, and they are at the top, are the triad, the creator gods. That would be Origin, the goddess, the mother of creation, Metronome, the god of time, and Galileo, the god of space.
Okay.
So, like, that would be, like, the big stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the triad, that's, like, the underpinnings of creation in the universe. That's huge. Whereas, like, any artifacts relating to anything lower than that, that would be, much lower aspects, like core elements, like, ideals, concepts, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you'd like to find out information about specific artifacts, then that would require a tiny bit more research because that's a little more mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if Finny's already got, what was his name? Gonzo?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Finny's got
Gonzo
Gonzo on
working
that,
on
then
that.
I guess we don't need to necessarily research
Dedicate
that.
our
Just-
time to it.
yeah.
I'm still waiting the results for those.
Yeah, I imagine that'll take some time.
There is
Now-
also something we can research too.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anyone that could be another potential buyer in the city.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, potential buyers. That's also a good thing to research.
not a
And
bad idea.
I forget who mentioned it earlier, but I think Rudy mentioned it, trying to find out the identity of the group that found this artifact in case you want to steal it. That way you don't have to really worry about anyone else. Cut the knot. There's that too.
I think I mentioned that too, but yeah, like
Yeah, I
that's
think
where
I
I want to
remember
go.
So there's a couple of things, that you can research at this point. You have your in with Mr. Del Mar in case things progress to the auction phase, but there's still a lot that you can do between then and now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Who are
have
the
your-
errands and who are buyers?
Yeah, you have your
Yep, yep.
branching paths.
Wow, crazy.
So you can pursue one of those things, none of those things, or all of them. Up to you. I'm not kidding. Where I say like things open up a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you guys dictate how stuff unfolds by the
Yeah,
directions you choose to pursue.
I think above board we should talk about it.
Yeah. I think
Also know
finding
that.
Good.
I
Yeah,
think
you-
finding the errands should be a lot
actually,
harder.
I actually had a question.
Yeah, sure.
I'm an above ground nature. Would I generally have an idea of how much funding wise gets in a standard donated to a standard operation to top?
Give me 1 second. I have a little table here because back when I was running ReGenesis, I actually had stuff for earning money for contracts and stuff because Furret, his character, is an inventor and he actually had a side job of doing repair work to earn money. So what did I have that set for?
I think suits get a lot more than
Suits
that.
would get a lot more. I think I have my little contract table here for errands and what the payout is, and I think I cut that in half for actual gameplay purposes, because it's a lot. Like the average hunting contract, which lasts anywhere between 3 to 6 hours, has a payout of about 500 GP. I cut that in half.
Holy
Yeah.
Holy!
Oh wow, no.
Man, only we had that in napalm vaults.
Okay. In Pathfinder, gold is like you don't receive nearly as much gold as you would say in D&D because
I mean, even
everything
that's
is actually
not a guarantee.
Yeah, because everything's actually on a silver standard in Pathfinder. So silver is like the standard currency,
Oh.
whereas GP is like expensive stuff, expensive.
That's fair.
However, because and they kind of dissuade you from, holding down jobs because you're supposed to be adventuring. That's your job. So all the money you get is from treasure. However, because in my setting, adventuring is a job. That's like kind of like, the thing you do on the daily.
Yeah.
It has a more consistent and standard payout, and I had to actually calculate that. I had to do math. Oh my god.
Oh no, the horror.
How did I total it out? I forgot like how much they earn per week. It's a lot. If you're a rescue errant, for example, so you if somebody gets in trouble, you get kind of like you're on call to bail them out. It pays anywhere between 500 to 1,000 for a single job, and that can take anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. You get paid a lot for helping people out.
Oh my god! If only we had this kind of money in Avon Vault.
And then security / escort is 300 a day. This is per person, by the way. Per person.
Oh.
So in a 5-person party, you multiply that by 5. This is why I had to cut it in half for gameplay purposes. So my gold payouts, if you actually decide to work or you do shit, it's a lot higher because your adventuring as part of the campaign is atypical. It's not typical. So I don't give out treasure nearly as much because I expect you to just buy it. And the special stuff that I do give out is, unique. It's super special. So DJ can actually attest to that.
Of course you can.
Yeah. He knows how I operate. So there are a couple ways you guys can earn money. I have to actually calculate what your salary is as a suits agent. That way you can just buy shit. You can also gamble, which... you can gamble. I think Ocho actually has a personal feat where he can just sell off stuff, so you can spend time selling off things. I do say, if you spend, if you earn income using diplomacy, your total is doubled. I'm just gonna roll it on a table. I have my table here.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Asset liquidation.
Yeah, asset liquidation. What's it? I'm is going to have something similar where I can just manage hedge funds to earn money. And then Grave will have the concealment mode where he just stands there and earns money.
Can we earn income by just placing Grave in a populated place?
Yes.
I thought about it being like refreshment. Who needs a refreshment? And then having Grave walk
I didn't
around.
think about it. I didn't remember it until this morning, and I was like, oh wait, you can just plop Grave down somewhere and earn money passively, and I have to actually put that in as a feat where if Grave is in concealment mode, he earns X number of gold per hour while in concealment mode. Which is kind of funny because in ReGenesis, the party ended up breaking into a couple of vending machines to steal the gold out of it.
Oh my god!
I rolled a D100 to see how much gold they got out of it, and it landed on 100.
Nice.
I was like, okay, you get 100 GP out of the vending machine.
We robbed the next one.
I would love to see somebody try. I would love to see somebody try to rob Grave.
And then
they will be sorely disappointed.
And then Spen tried to rob another vending machine next. Crit failed, got crushed by the vending machine.
Oh no!
And took damage. But yeah, no, so
Glorious.
yeah, as a heads up, you might not be receiving a lot of treasure throughout the campaign, the typical adventuring stuff, because I don't really have dungeons and stuff. or anything
There-
like that.
Mystgarde is a developed world
Yeah,
comparatively to a
Mystgarde
lot
is
of
a
other
developed
settings.
world, so
Mm-hmm.
most of the money you'll earn will be from doing like really, really mundane things like working or gambling or, you know, stealing it from stuff, you know, like breaking
Yeah.
into a place or, you know, just mugging it from people you defeat if you know, the kind of people who have money.
There's
So,
also
you know.
Phoe's idea of, doing jobs for this guy.
Yeah, you can do jobs for Mr. Del Mar, so, like, you know. You have a bit of time before the auction will take place, so, you know, you have time to work up funds and dig up information, like, you know. You're on a timeline, but not too tight of a timeline.
Yeah.
It's flexible, it progresses at the rate of
Yeah.
story.
I'll say that if we do find the errands, just let me and Pent in the room with them. Oh, we'll get the info we need.
Yeah, if you want.
True.
But yeah, I'll let you guys decide, you know, what avenues you'd like to pursue. I actually did this with ReGenesis during their Metalmancy arc. There was like a couple of different objectives that they could follow. They decided to go after all of them. I'm like, okay, sure.
We did
Yeah,
one,
actually-
and then Phoe was like, "Okay, you're arrested now, right? No, we're gonna do another one right away."
Like, yeah, it caught me off guard. But yeah, no, you guys can do that. That way, yeah, just let me know what you guys would like to pursue. That way I can just prepare it ahead of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, what would you guys like to do right now?
Good question.
Like, in terms
Yeah,
of searching
what
for
does the party
information,
want to do?
yeah, in terms of searching for information, I'm always prepared for that. In terms of places, though, I may not be.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
Well-
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, I suppose we could just go out and potentially scout out more individuals throughout the casino, just in case.
Yeah. Is there anyone
What
else
he-
worthy of note in here?
Hang on, do I have my bartender? Where's my bartender NPC? I had them. The fuck are they? Did I delete my? No, wait. The barkeep's right here. Okay, never mind. 1 second.
Panic.
Where is his?
Also,
art?
Alex, I think your token's still up there.
Yeah, your token's like
Oh.
way back in the elevator area.
Right, I need to actually get back in Foundry. Oh no.
In the meantime, while I'm grabbing my bartender, is there anything else you guys would like to ask or investigate?
Hmm.
Wait, there we go.
Oh, what are we thinking, y'all?
Okay,
Well-
there's my bartender.
I think the thing I want to do is, wait till Gonzo gets me the stuff I need.
I mean,
Okay.
you can go back and grab him. I was waiting for you to
Yeah.
to go back or wait for him or whatever. He'll pop
That's
up.
what I was saying. Oh, I was gonna
Yeah.
wait till everyone's done, before I do
Yeah.
that.
But yeah. So I have the where's the barkeeper? He's over here. Up here.
Let's see. Yeah. I'm still trying to remember all of the
I forget.
shortcuts.
I
for-
forget a lot of the time too. Don't worry about it.
Point.
Um,
Pen got lost as well. Nice.
Excellent. I have an idea.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of going along with the previous idea of just trying to figure out who are the errants that found this artifact.
Oh yeah.
But what if we disguise ourselves as those errants once we figure out who they are, and sneak
A
in
risky,
and
a
try
risky,
to, yeah.
a risky gamble.
Definitely risky.
That's
I
a
mean-
good idea. Infiltration is Penn's area of expertise. He's a hard.
It is. I was about to say I am, fox person, shape changer. But infiltration is generally my area of expertise. However, we do need to learn what they look like first before I could attempt anything of the sort.
Bro.
If you wish to follow that entrance strategy, it might be advisable to neutralize the individuals that we are going to be impersonating first, just as a form of insurance.
The vending machine
Also true.
isn't wrong.
But that
Yeah,
definitely
I
raised
guess
some red
that's true.
flags.
Alternatively, depending on how many funds HQ provides us, we could just go the above board route. Or another idea, I simply impersonate another buyer.
Ooh.
That's another possibility, although we only have,
Yeah, we only
the
have
one ticket.
We only have one ticket. But the idea remains.
Hmm.
Who are the other buyers? And you could probably,
If we can figure out who one of the other buyers are, we could potentially just forge their ticket and you disguise yourself as them. We give you that forgery, and you walk in, and we use their funds instead.
castle identity theft, yes.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Certainly won't be the last. Granted, I can't say that I've engaged in too much since the appearance of, like, Spark or Fire, but I'm sure to be fine.
Another strategy would be that whatever artifact this is most definitely going to have some kind of security detail assigned to it. Now, with the specific skill set of this machine, plus the specific skill sets of all of the individuals on this mission, it may be easy to impersonate a security detail, thereby granting us access to the artifact.
That is also
what, you're saying
legitimate
what?
course of action.
So what? We incapacitate or take out the security detail and take over it in some method.
Right on.
Yeah.
Not
That
not-
doesn't seem like a
not
bad
a-
idea.
Not a bad idea.
All this still hinges on finding it.
Yes. That is currently the biggest roadblock.
So I'd say the best thing to do would be to pursue all these
But I'm
avenues
sure it's
and
won't
find the
be hidden
weakest
for
one.
long.
So,
Or-
yeah, in regards to like all of the options that you've fielded so far, I can actually tell you a little bit.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, if like this is just to kind of inform you of the kinds of things that you'd be doing and what would be involved, because I'm gonna have to prep for these, right?
Yeah.
So, if you want to impersonate a security detail, you guys would know this because you're freaking suits agents. There
Yeah.
are actual guilds dedicated to security details. There's a lot of, rich people or archaeological expeditions, exploration, blah, 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 that may not be able to, or may not be trained to protect themselves, and so hire a third party to do that. So if you wanted to impersonate a security detail, you could totally do that. Because there's guilds and organizations dedicated to that, like the adventure economy,
course,
okay, right?
Oh yeah, I could
course, of
probably
course.
do that. That's
And-
perfect for my skill set.
and-
Smiley face.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, it is.
If you want
Put
to
an entry
impersonate,
of our little group.
yeah. However, usually like these security guilds or protection guilds, they're also errants, and impersonating errants, whether or not you're going to be, pretending to be errants or, trying to impersonate the people who have the artifact. So errants all have tags identifying themselves, it has all their personal information, their name, where they're from, what guild they're registered with, stuff like that, or their errant rank. I wouldn't say they're difficult to forge because I have 2 suits characters in other places that actually masquerade as errands. That would be Trey, the 3 of diamonds, and Dual Diamond to the 2 of diamonds. They both kind of pose as errands. That way they blend in. They don't look too out of place having combat ability. Like Trey kind of uses it to blend in. Well, he did. He's dead now. But to find good specimens to collect. Whereas like Dual Diamond used it to hunt down people to murder them and then shove their souls into a lantern. Anyway, yeah.
Oh,
Crush.
So yeah, no, that's doable. That would kind of require, creating an errant identity, which some people might have. Pent would definitely have one.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's no way I don't have one as a fucking undercover spy.
Yeah, like Pent would definitely have one. The rest of you, not so much. So you'd have to probably create those identities and forge the tags. Ocho, it's easier because he's got that trump card of his.
Yeah.
However, his only lasts an hour.
All it needs is to get us in.
Actually, no, not an hour. I think it lasts a day. Yeah, it lasts a day. And the thing about errant tags, they can be scanned remotely. So, like, anyone can kind of point their phone at you, read your tag, and say, oh, that's this person there with this skill, they do this, blah, 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 blah. So it's easy to find out that sort of information. So you'd have to create fake profiles, fake errant histories, and that sort of thing. Again, with Ocho, that's easy. He's got himself covered. Pence also got a false identity, probably prepped. So that's what that would involve if you decide to either pose as a security detail and replace them. And then there's also other things that would involve that. Or if you want to replace the errants who are the sellers. So like any errant stuff, that's kind of what that would entail, creating errant identities. And then also, there's the other part of inserting yourselves into those circles. So that's what that would involve.
Okay, so here's the funny plan.
Yeah.
Here's the funny plan. We capture one of them, we steal their memories to charm them, and then we disguise as one of them.
That's a funny plan.
Zam.
Totally doable. Tracking down buyers, that is probably simpler. The relic dealing scene is not that big, and probably secretive on the outside, but not so secretive on the inside. Think of it kind of like the world of Assassins and John Wick. To outsiders, they know jack shit. On the inside, everybody knows everybody, and their reputation.
Finny can get in that easily.
Yeah. So, finding information about that would be relatively easy. Infiltrating it would probably be a little bit harder. Trying to steal somebody else's ticket and impersonating a buyer. Doable, but finding out information easy. The actual act, probably a little more challenging. If you go the normal route, air quotes, of just amassing funds and hope that you manage to win the auction, that's the normal way. That's the normal way these sorts of things go. This is like, the normal heist movie type thing.
Yeah, that'd be normal.
It would certainly be doable. We do quite literally have a trump card in the form of "Would you kindly?"
Yeah. So,
I just ask the auctioneer, "Would you kindly set it to this, and not go higher?"
Or
Still, we need a plan B.
Yeah. So, like, there's a couple of different routes that you can go. You can, try to amass as much money as you can and hope that you have enough. You can find out potential information about other buyers. You can find information about
also
the
just
sellers.
blackmail them.
You can also blackmail, yeah.
Look, there's nothing wrong with some good old-fashioned blackmail,
There's a lot of different options. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
And
This is
I'm
already
amenable.
sounding like
I'm amenable to all of them.
This is already sounding like ReGenesis.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Well,
That's right.
that's the nature of an open-ended goal. of get the thing.
I have a question.
Sure.
These auctions, would it be something that we know that like takes place in the city of Tortuga, or is it like they could kind of be anywhere? So we're not sure if it's in this city, this continent, or like even if we don't know exactly where it is, if it's like they're generally localized in this city.
That depends. For stuff that's found locally, it's usually kind of dealt locally, because Tortuga is a port to a million places. It's a chain of islands located in the middle of the ocean between like almost every single continent and access to everywhere. It's a tourist hub and a smuggling hub for a reason. And it has a reputation of where you can buy and sell anything for a price. It's easy to move stuff around. However, for something this massive, they might not even conduct the auction in Tortuga. It might be somewhere else. You're not sure. It depends. It really depends.
Okay.
Generally, it's safe to assume that most of that kind of activity, the relic smuggling and buying and selling, a lot of it probably takes place in Tortuga because it's a hub for it and it's perfect for it.
Yeah.
But it may not be, especially with how big this is.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to see if it's worth it to spend some time. I don't know how much of this we can like split up between ourselves, but I was trying to see if it would be worth it to try to go back and look through previous auctions, either like people talking about it on the internet, seeing where those locations might have been, and then trying to see if there's a pattern and seeing like, because I assume they're not all in one place, like yeah. So, like, seeing if there's a pattern of where they would meet for auctions, see if we can kind of, like, get a head start on, like, figuring out where this auction might take place. And then maybe, like, check it out beforehand.
Yeah, I think Phoe will split up these things if we want to.
Yeah.
This will likely make things go faster.
Yeah.
All of our characters are suited to different things.
So if that's something that seems worth it, then I think that's what Ocho might do. Maybe have with looking online earlier, maybe having Hexa help, because I assume Hexa would be a lot better in like in actually hacking stuff, like in case any of these sites are like require passwords and memberships and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
What the paywall? Darn.
Speaking of finding out stuff, Grave actually has a neat little ability, which is a mechanical interface, which essentially works as
R2D2.
No, functionally, I believe it's like suggestion and I think command, a combination, but only for machines. Oh no, it's animal vision and suggestion, but only for machines. And I think there's a range. I think I made it like 30 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
But essentially, Grave can communicate with, see through, and listen through any machine within like a certain range. Yeah.
Okay.
And it has to be
Neat.
electrical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, neat.
So if you want to plop Grave somewhere with a lot of tech, you can do that.
Lock me in a server room.
Lock me down.
Yo, where we dropping?
I'm basically, I'm a totem. Like, just put me down somewhere and something happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn right.
Look, the tech people won't even question it. They just get free drinks.
Yeah, and I will say, errands tend to be fairly kitted out, so they have a lot of really good equipment, a lot of it electrical. So if you wanted to glean information that way, that would be a pretty neat way to do it. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm kind of telling you guys too much. I'm just letting you know what you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
Because
there's a lot of options.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, there's a lot of
and
there's a lot of options.
I'm just reminding you what you have, because believe me, you forget.
Yeah, for sure.
I just put in a bunch of stuff yesterday and this morning that you probably didn't know you had, so. But yeah, don't forget, Pent has the would you kindly, so if you really need to actually strong arm anybody, you got that in your back pocket.
But also, if you want it to be very effective, don't threaten them.
Yeah.
Threaten them gives them a not insignificant bonus to the save.
Yeah. Like,
Plus 4.
Yeah, don't threaten them, don't attack them, and if you really want the suggestion to stick, be nice to them after it wears off. You know, you can kind of maintain the good relationship afterwards.
Admittedly, I'm never too keen on infiltration plot / impersonation, because this is a tabletop RPG, so anything and everything can go wrong at any time, because rolls are d20s or d20s.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe it'll work out.
I will say. Oh, go ahead, DG.
We can nudge the odds in our favor.
Yeah, you can nudge the odds in your favor. Or if you manage to pull a really good one on me, you can actually probably just get away with it without even rolling.
Yeah.
Because, what was it, in ReGenesis, Cole's character is a very, very, standoffish oracle, so kind of like cleric adjacent caster. And the guys needed to sneak into a parking lot where there was security.
Oh, I've seen
yeah,
that.
you've seen that one, right?
Yeah, I have. You showed me that to me a while back.
Cole had his character essentially kind of pretend to be what's the equivalent of a Jehovah's Witness for his deity. It's like, I was so taken aback by his I'm not even gonna have you roll. It just succeeds.
Excuse me, sir. Have you heard of my god Escamundi?
Yeah. So if you actually manage to surprise me significantly, I'm not even gonna have you roll. You just managed to do it.
Change shape kitsune does in fact count as disguise for impersonate use. Excellent.
Anyway,
gaming.
Yeah. So
Okay.
While you guys are thinking about options, I'll kind of let you guys figure that out in between sessions. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do right now?
Gonzo time.
I would say, if we're gonna try and stand in for a buyer, we would need to solve the issue of how we get access to their funds.
You got like 3 tech bros and stuff.
That's also true. We do have the creator of NFTs, a asset liquidator, and a hacker.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I got you, fam. Don't worry about it.
We get infinite money.
Oh no! Oh no!
Actually, wait.
I mean,
Phoe.
I feel like we wouldn't even need to have access to their funds if we're disguised as them, if forge their mark of profession or whatever, and get in, and like just buy it. I assume like we could just get away being like, hey, yeah, I'm him or them, and yeah, I approve this
Maybe, but
I
there's all a
approve
chance that
this
that's
withdrawal.
not how that works.
That's
and
true.
if it is, we have to swap to a very hasty plan B of, okay, time to fight our way out. AKA, we die.
What if the
Yeah.
person has lifelock?
What was that?
What if the person has lifelock?
Oh, Yeah. I mean, it's good to have several backup plans, I think. So
It is.
all of these are worth kind of like looking into.
Also, I've just come up with a crackpot way to earn money.
Oh yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Can we plop the vending machine near the slot machines to call and say jackpot?
Oh my god.
It's perfect.
Wait, what do you
no.
want to do?
You have wait, that's actually a good idea. What you plop it next to the vending machines, so somebody goes to buy a drink, but it acts like a like a slot machine, and sometimes you just don't get a drink, and sometimes you get extra drinks.
Well, I was more
Gambling.
talking about, using...
Put it near the slot machines. I think
Yeah,
that's what he said.
I was saying put Grave near the slot machines and have him communicate with the slot machines to say jackpot every time.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
I
Yeah.
didn't think of
I see the
that.
vision.
Fraud.
I see the vision.
We just commit fraud.
Oh my
Do
god!
you see the
Yeah.
power? You have told us to surprise you. We are surprising you.
Shit!
So
We-
defraud the casino that is the cover operation for our own organization,
Yeah.
so that we can get more funds for our mission.
Sweeten the
Stealing
moves.
from your own organization. I'm sorry, that's great.
We're
That's
defrauding the suit.
They won't care. They might think it's funny.
Also,
Oh.
It might get
Surely.
a chuckle. It might get a chuckle out of them.
Also,
Yeah.
Phoe, we can do the exact same thing to ATMs at a bank.
great. Fuck!
Oh shit,
That's
you're right. Hold on.
You,
Oh
you,
my
you
God,
seem
we're
to misunderstand how
scammers.
much power you have handed a evil party the ability to commit so much fraud.
I just
I'm already screwing up the campaign. Let's go.
You,
We're the wire fraud bill.
You know what?
Like our
I didn't.
Actually,
We're
but
actually
wait, we can-
tailor-made for fraud.
But wait, it can get so much worse. I just impersonated a banker, a trusted banker.
Oh no!
It can get so much worse.
Yeah.
We'll get our money, man.
You know what? All of these ideas, particularly the money-making stuff, it's gold. I'm not even gonna stop you because normally I think about the repercussions of these sorts of things. I don't think of everything. So if somebody figures out a way to abuse stuff,
Yeah, I genuinely
I'll
think.
let you do
I genuinely
it.
think we can reach Wolf of Wall Street levels with the amount of fraud that we could potentially commit. Like Bernie Madoff levels of fraud.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
All
if
right,
you really
all right, so guys, we have found our above board strategy. It's just called we commit so much fraud. We don't
Okay,
need any of
guys.
these fancy strategies. We just commit wire fraud, defraud our own casino, robbery, you name it.
We'll afford the artifact no matter what.
man, this is what I mean, where I always have players that surprise me with how they decide to cut the nut. I will have like so many different avenues going through my head of how people might complete a particular objective, and then I get thrown a huge curveball like that, and I'm like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Okay.
Can't wait for
I mean,
StarClad here.
it's-
Oh my god. Oh god, the banker.
And he can, the banker, the banker. Yeah, it'll be glorious. It will be glorious.
I keep thinking like, oh hey, they're gonna go with like the more adventure type stuff. No, just go with fraud, the more mundane, safe.
Fraud is adventurous. Most of us are generally playing good.
the rest of the campaign is just holed up in a house, punching fake credit cards and plugging shit into Grave.
Man, what a legendary game that would be. God damn.
Man, okay. I mean, if you decide to go this, we commit fraud route, I'm not gonna stop you.
there's nothing stopping us. There's nothing stopping us from committing fraud, and then also still doing some of the other options. And but wait. We can take it a tier funnier. We do all the fraud making. We impersonate a buyer. We ruin their reputation.
Or because everybody's gonna have their phones like at the auction,
Yeah.
presumably. So just place like Grave in the middle of the auction
Okay.
Okay.
appears because they're all
Okay.
using mobile banking apps, and we're the only ones at the auction with any money.
Wait, exactly. And then, if you're also disguised as somebody else, then like we can just use those funds. We use everybody's funds.
Everyone's funds is our account.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This guy is so
Yeah, they don't need it.
crazy. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly reconsidering one of the items I was gonna give you because it makes it so much easier. Where is it?
What item is it?
It's
What to do?
Is it a credit card swipe?
no. It's what is it? Hang on. I'm gonna temporarily dump it in one of your inventories and show you what it is.
Is it an RFID scanner? That'd be pretty
No.
funny.
It's
That would be very funny.
Masquerade.
We can expand our fraud operations to grocery stores. By
Yo.
people's numbers,
God.
by pins. Oh,
Yo, was that a single mother of 5? And if her credit card is out? Don't mind if I diddly do.
I had this as an item that I stuck in like my little folder of, okay, you can toss this in the pool of items to to give them. I'm suddenly reconsidering it.
don't commit to the mistake.
Commit to the fraud
Commit
plans.
to the mistake.
But no, like if you guys decide to go the fraud route, I'm all for it because that's hilarious.
Look, we
It's
have
an
options. It's an
Yeah, we
option
have
for
options.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah, the problem is genuinely that might actually be the best option. Like that, like, no joke. Like
It might actually be the least dangerous option out of all of them.
you know what?
It's
Like
really funny and also kind of depressing.
really funny, kind of depressing, but also there's still gonna probably be consequences. Like I wouldn't say it's like least dangerous.
Oh, for
course
sure.
there are.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
of
I can
course not.
I can still actually see a lot of stuff coming from that if you decide to
Mhm.
go
Oh, well,
the fraud
Well,
route.
of course, we are committing massive amounts of fraud.
Plus,
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, fraud does come with prison time. Like you can't just do it.
Yeah.
plus the
Contrary to
other
popular
thing.
belief, fraud is very detectable at times, especially when we're committing it in the thousands, if not tens of thousands.
Plus, the amount of thought you guys have put into this in just 20 minutes, half an hour, is kind of insane. And the more I hear it, I'm like, wait, no, this is actually kind of interesting and well thought out. I don't think I'd have had any other
quote-unquote.
people kind of would have thought
Yeah,
of this.
quote unquote, well thought out.
I started
See,
it
the
all.
thing that's happened here is that a bunch of people with ADHD have caught on to an idea that they like. Ergo, their minds are now going at 10,000 miles a minute, thinking of it.
Bring
I-
over.
I do this in ReGenesis. I'm doing it here.
Plus, yeah, you guys literally have a lot of tools that make that option easy.
It's like really good.
Okay, guys.
It's
I'll,
really,
I'll,
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a really good option.
it's a really good idea. Okay, guys. I'll advance the plot. You guys do fraud.
Yeah. Just spend it on PlayStations.
It's okay, Phoe. We have
Yo,
to
we
get
scalping?
we have to. Oh god. We have to be evil people while we can before we slowly start treading our path to becoming better people.
Debatably better people.
But no,
How can I even be a better person? There's no way.
Yeah, there's no going
The
back
way
to
for
the
Grave to
beginning,
become a
bro.
better person is for Grave to die. Like
Yeah.
the world's better without me in it.
oh my god.
Uh,
Oh my god. god.
Why they
guys-
discontinue you?
Today on-
There's
today on high
so many
stakes.
applications that you could be.
Today on High
exploring.
Stakes, the party realized that they are very good at committing massive amounts of fraud.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Man, you guys are gonna
Oh,
kill me, I
God.
swear. Anyway.
All right, these are all good ideas.
Yeah, we should
but
probably. Someone should write this down.
We should probably write these down.
in
Yes.
the intervening week.
I'm just writing down fraud
That's all you need, honestly. But
for one.
we are gonna need to figure out who
Yeah,
else is
for
like
sure.
going, where it's going to be, stuff like that. So I think I will have Ocho go and like search for some of that information just to see if there's like a pattern of where people did previous auctions and stuff like that. Which
Mhm.
probably gonna take some time, but
I could
think
probably help with that.
yeah.
Okay.
So Hexa and Ocho would probably be dealing with that, taking some time,
Mhm.
and then have the rest of the party do their own thing while we do that.
Yeah. Who else would like to do some stuff for right now?
I think the thing I want to do is just, get the stuff I wanted to get from Gonzo.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can go and do that. Hang on, where the fuck did I put him? Oh, okay, yeah, there he is. No, wait, that's not him. Alright, so, Finny.
Oh, lost her gremlin.
Yeah, I lost my gremlin. Finny. The lights on the wall nearby flicker, and you see a pair of eyes staring at you in the shadows from under the table.
Oh,
Steve, your turn.
Yes, boss. Hi. I got the stuff. You want the stuff?
Yes.
He will skitter out from under the table and plop a box on the floor in front of you. It's a pretty hefty box. Actually, fuck, I forgot how to do the container stuff. Shit! One moment.
One memento.
Sorry, I forgot! Oh no! Crap, how do I do the thing? Shit.
so Waffle's
I
searching for
don't
that.
remember! I don't remember how to make a box!
Do we put graves somewhere? Are we actually putting graves somewhere that just accumulate funds and potentially commit fraud?
Yes.
Are
That's
you
what we're
actually
doing.
Are you gonna stick him next to the slot machines and just have him do jackpots?
Maybe not that. Just yeah.
ATM.
Well, we could.
It's as simple. It's an innocuous enough fraud committing a fraud.
Mhm.
Oh, here we go.
Look.
Okay.
There's many ways we can do this, okay? Many
Yeah.
ways we can
Yeah.
do this.
So,
We could stick them outside. Take funds from passerbys for sure. Yeah, that's the best note. Fraud impersonate.
I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just variations of those two words are our plans so far.
Yeah, honestly.
Just impersonate a buyer, impersonating security detail, impersonate the errand crew, or commit ridiculous amounts of fraud,
Or just effing steal it. Or just...
Yeah.
or just
Or just
the
steal
fucking
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Literally just steal it. I say as the champion. who is the spy character.
I like how the last option is just work hard.
Yeah.
Just do it legit. Forehead.
Going legits for suckers. Why? Why would we do that?
Yeah, that's why I put the Lamau there.
Yeah.
We're not doing this legit. That's not our blood.
I mean, we could. It's an option, and I was putting down options that we have.
It is an option, yeah.
It's an option, but it's the boring option.
It is, in fact, a boring option,
Okay.
comparatively.
Oh, well. So,
We never do it the boring option. We're TTRPG players.
I don't know about that.
Did I? Fuck. Okay, I did not create the thing. Shit.
Tragic.
One moment. Me.
It's fine. I'm just telling other discords I'm in that we're doing massive amounts of fraud.
Oh no, wait, it's here. Okay. Gods, I'll plop this down for you guys.
A chest. Yes.
You may take whatever you like from it.
Nice. Gonzo's carrying us right now. Oh my goodness! Look at all this loot.
Although technically, I shouldn't be giving you a bag of holding this early. It's a level 4 item, but I'm kind of predicting you're probably not gonna have access to one for a while. So you know what? You get one.
I mean,
for
it's just
free.
extra inventory space, so you know.
It's just extra inventory space. But yeah, one of you can have that. Like, you can shove it into grave and use them as storage.
Nice.
Yo.
In case you're wondering why there's like 2 things that look like healing potions, one is a healing potion, one is an elixir of life. Healing potions are magical. Elixirs of life are not. They are alchemical.
Ooh, interesting.
Usually elixirs of life are slightly better. Because I think they provided defense in addition to restoring HP. Yeah. Resistance to disease and poison for 10 minutes. Now, the reason why there's a distinction between healing potions and elixirs of life, there are certain backgrounds, character archetypes, and particular one barbarian subclass where you do not like magic at all. And you get severe penalties if you receive any kind of magical assistance whatsoever. So that's why alchemical versions of stuff exist. That way, you know, they're completely non-magical, but they can kind of replicate similar effects. So, like, if you really want to create a character that does not like magic, you can do that. It's very hard, but it's doable. Also, yeah, a grave is literally a vending machine. God, yeah. I'm really thinking about the kind of GM I am right now. I allowed a party to commit massive amounts of fraud. And you know what? I'm not gonna stop you if you do, because honestly,
this
it's really
was,
clever.
you know,
And,
described as a evil campaign, potentially evil campaign.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I
so
let my
guys-
players destabilize my world economy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And okay, let's be honest here. I'm always thinking about like mundane uses for weird powers and whatnot. And you know what? This is a really good use for it.
I mean, this is exactly why I did ReGenesis. I disguised as a suits agent.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Phoe did not think I could do that.
Yeah, he did. And how much did you steal? Oh no, you found like a bunch of cash. Oh wait, you became a crime boss! Holy shit!
I became a crime boss and got, like, over 1,000 gold.
Yeah, he got like 1,000 GP from just raiding one cache. Forgot. And the running joke is that money he got is not party funds.
Anyways, guys,
yeah.
you can left click on the chest,
Yeah.
the box in front of you,
You
and you
can
can take
take-
whatever you want out of it.
Yeah, you can take whatever you want out
Alright.
of it. Potion of Emergency Escape, essentially just when you drink it, you get the fleeing condition, meaning you have to run away very, very fast, but your movement speed is like, 400? But yeah, no, it gives you insane movement speed, so if you need to GTFO, very good.
That's our plan B.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of front-loading you a little bit because I allow you to buy items up to like 1 level higher. Usually common and uncommon stuff. Anything that's a little bit rarer, I have to roll for to see if you're able to even get it.
Okay.
You can actually just buy spell scrolls. If you're a caster, that's actually highly recommended. You spend a lot of money on scrolls or wands. Wands are good because they are permanent magic items. It gives you 1 guaranteed casting of the particular spell that's stored on it. And if you want to cast more of the same spell off of it, you run the risk of destroying it, but you can overcharge it that way.
I yoinked the wand of delete.
The wands are particularly good for... My husband just kidnapped the bunny.
Nice.
Yeah, wands are particularly good for spells that are not worth wasting a spell slot on, because spell slots are valuable, but they're something that you're going to use kind of often. So like Alarm, for example, very useful spell. You're only probably going to be using it like every so often, but not worth wasting a spell slot over. Spell scrolls are good for one-off, so it's like you're going to be entering a situation that you think it might be handy for. Like water breathing, for example. Very useful, but you're not going to waste a spell slot on it. The thing about scrolls, though, they are best for things that have very long durations. So yeah, like water breathing, long strider, stuff like that. Stuff that you can cast out of combat and you have a massive benefit. Because they're much less useful in combat.
It was a good bunny farter.
Unless you were a caster, because you have to actually pull it out of your inventory. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Who's
if you're a caster,
who's getting the Mystgarde scarf to commit fraud?
I'll take
Well, I
that.
actually think
This
the
elixir,
recording
though.
rod.
The recording rod? It's essentially just like a
I think
tape recorder, almost.
I think it would be good for Grave to have because of
Yeah.
Grave can just plop down an area, start recording.
You just double click on it, you put it in your inventory.
Got you.
And if there's anything,
Drag it in.
We'll drag
if
it in your
there's
inventory. Yeah.
anything that you want to buy that's not in here, you can actually just buy it.
Wait, does this mean I can get hand wraps like right now?
What level are the hand wraps? Hang on.
2. For at least for the first one. Just like the plus
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's part of a +1.
Actually, yeah, you actually could buy them if you wanted.
There's gold in
no-
the chest.
Like one thing
True.
of note though, for the hand wraps, because they
Yeah.
have striking, you get that automatically as you level. So I don't know if you'll get the benefit right away.
You won't get the
No.
benefit right away.
Yeah,
No.
No, yeah,
Well,
the striking comes at like 4.
yeah, the
So,
striking comes
yeah.
at 4, so you're not gonna get the benefit. But like if for the actual numerical benefits though, you get those right away.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, the
interesting.
+1 is what I'm looking for at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Like,
Interesting.
if you really want to buy the hand wraps, you can because you are squishy. This party is very
35
squishy.
GP. Hey yo, let's go. And just need 35, I swear. I swear I'll put it to good use, I swear.
I love my sister's comment. Ooh, the aesthetics here are great. And then vending machine.
It's not wrong.
And then
Ah, yeah, too.
the party commits massive amounts of fraud.
Giant box.
Can I just like drop that in my
Damn
inventory
right.
now? And just reduce the gold?
Yeah, you can do that. If you have enough money and you want to buy the hand wraps, you can.
Yeah,
that
it's just
goes
35
for-
gold.
That goes for any of you too. If there's any items that you want to purchase that aren't in the chest, you can just buy them. As long as you're in a place where you can actually, conceivably go out and buy stuff, you can just, dump it in your inventory and subtract the gold. I'm not going to stop you. Because again,
I do have to
magical
jet-
economy, you can just buy it.
I have to jet really quickly because it's 3, but thanks so much.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it
I had a
is.
great time.
Yeah, it is.
I'll see you
Yeah.
like next
Yeah.
time, but I do have to.
Wait, what?
Yeah, alright, no worries. You can take
Alright.
off, Kobu. I think everybody else is just distributing their loot, and
Yeah.
probably I'll probably end it in a little bit here. That way, we can start fresh next week. Hang on,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week.
Cool.
Yeah, think about what avenues you guys want to pursue. I'll try to prep for those. Let me know. That way I can get everything prepared, and I'll have answers to some stuff. I'm not kidding. If you want to just commit massive amounts of fraud and earn a ton of gold,
I mean,
I'll
that's
let you do
probably
that.
we are gonna amass funds that way. So
Yeah, because that's admittedly really clever.
I'm a problem player, Phoe.
Yeah, I blame you, DG.
That's very
Man, I give my players really cool abilities, and they find really crazy ways of using them.
it's a glow
Yep.
rod.
That's what happened.
But I'm not upset at all. I'm actually really pleased.
I don't need a loser's guide. I'm a
And
leave this great spirit.
yeah, if there's stuff that you guys want to buy and you're not sure what you can buy, you can take a peek on Archives of Nethys. There's actually a really, really good filter on items. Blah, blah, blah. Let me just grab it for you. And I'll link you to stuff. The hell is it?
I think I'll take that glow rod.
The glow rod.
How do I? Is it just double click it?
Yeah, just double click
Well, you open the inventory and you open your inventory and you drag it into
it.
your
Yeah, just
inventory.
drag it in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Somebody grab the Wayfinder. It's not useful for you yet.
Well, it is useful because you can turn into a light bulb. So put on pen.
Yeah.
Also,
Wow. We wouldn't know anything about that.
also the Masquerade scarf.
Yeah, that one's neat. That would help for someone else to get into the impersonation shenaniganry.
You want to know what's funny? I dumped that in there with the intent that, oh hey, you can just give it to Grave and he can just masquerade as something else. That way you're not wandering around with a giant robot. Or,
That's a good
vending
point.
machine.
That is a really good point. Hey, look, he's
You
normal
think
to us now.
You think of fraud first, but then you don't think of disguising the vending machine.
No,
Our skill set is very particular, folks.
we
Yeah.
we don't need to disguise the vending machine. He's gonna commit fraud for us.
Oh yeah,
That's how it's gonna go.
I didn't even tell you what Gonzo would have told you. I'll have to get into that next session. You guys
Yeah.
are just gonna do loot stuff now.
Just make a note of that next session.
Yeah, I'll remember.
Thanks for running, fraud.
I'm
What
having
else would
so
we
many
get?
regrets right now.
Trust me, chat. We need the money.
Fine.
We need the money.
Okay, but
Worry about it.
Okay, but we do
Don't
think we're
worry about it.
expensive, you know? A level 6 item is 400. It can be like 450 gold. It's
So-
expensive, yo.
I've posted the equipment links in the campaign chat for you guys. You can filter it based on like different stuff. Like if you want ammunition, it's under consumables and stuff. You can actually just straight up buy certain magical things, unless it's unique or rare. Then those are off limits.
Phoe, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you still doing anything where we can only buy stuff that's kind of our level?
Your level and one level higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't buy the most OP stuff with our fraud money.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Because
Phoe accounted for this in ReGenesis.
yeah, I accounted it for it in ReGenesis. Like, not to say that you won't have access to stuff that's like say 2 or 3 levels higher than you, but if you do, I'll be giving it to you because like you achieved a goal or whatever, you looted it from a boss. Whereas like just buying stuff within 1 level.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll actually have combat next session, hopefully.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll have our, I forget what Starcloud's class is.
He's a magus.
Mag. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we'll have our Magus.
Yeah. Yeah, Starclad's
I'm-
not here, so I didn't really
I'm
want
just gonna
to get
come up
into
here. He's
combat.
gonna be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?"
Also,
Fraud.
also time that we would have gone in combat, I was in a car. So that was even less favorable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, you concocted a plan to commit massive amounts of fraud and got sidetracked by it so hard. Oh
Well-
my god.
That's the life of an ADHD person with ADHD.
Yeah. Committing fraud.
No. Not that. The getting distracted by a singular plan. I'm not affiliated with that man in any way, shape, or form.
I need to also calculate how much suit salary is. Because
You
that
probably
way
think of that, yes.
I should probably calculate that for next time because I don't think you guys have a lot in terms of personal gold right now.
No.
I
not.
don't have a lot.
We could also mix the fraud money with legitimate money to make it funnier.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have this guy over here who can, launder money for you.
Oh, joy.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
So who's gonna take the masquerade scarf?
If I was not wrong in it, it would probably wouldn't be the worst idea to give it to Grave.
Yeah.
I certainly don't need it. I can just impersonate. I can already fulfill the requirements for impersonate by a shape change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, if he did use illusory disguise, what would he look like?
That's a great question.
Good
Yeah.
question.
I mean, androids are a thing, like the more humanoid-looking androids or automatons. Those exist, and they're not, no one will bat an eyelash, but people will definitely, stare at you if you walk around with a vending machine.
Yeah. A giant vending machine,
I mean-
gun hidden or no.
It would have been hilarious to watch you guys struggle trying to figure out how to infiltrate places and get by with a giant honking vending machine walking around, but I figured that's probably too much to
Hey,
to work
we've got a
around.
gurney. We have vending machine mode. We could just pretend to be, people delivering a vending machine.
Yeah, good. But I figured, no, there's certain situations where that would be too much of a stretch. I'll just throw you a bone.
Okay, so he could disguise an automaton, but knowing Kobu, I think Gray would be like, okay, I'll disguise myself in a way that I see. I'll disguise myself as the thing I see most often, a human.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretend to be a human most unconvincingly.
He just walks around like, looks like a human, but then turns, he's like, would you like a grave?
Yeah.
I think with
You crave
illusory
the grave.
disguise, all it does is just disguise your appearance. You still occupy the same amount of space. So
Yes,
if somebody were
yeah.
to bump into Grave, it'd be like a huge space around like this weird human.
Yeah.
I have an invisible barrier around me. Don't mind me.
Also, there's also the spacious pouch, the bag of holding. You're gonna want to give that to whoever's gonna be serving as your pack mule.
Yes.
Yeah. So that would be whoever has the highest strength in the party.
I do have hefty hauler, which means I can hold more stuff.
Oh, that's funny. The tiny
But the bag
guy.
of holding also makes it where, people without much strength can hold a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
usually it's best to give it to somebody who is either got the highest strength and can, hold a lot of stuff, or somebody who's incredibly mobile.
Like in a bomb falls, my goblin has the bag of holding. Because he's a rogue. He's got a lot of stuff.
Nice, nice. Yeah, who's got more movement? I've only got 25 feet. I assume most people have more than that.
It's on like 25
Playing
on average.
small.
No,
25 is
30.
normal for Pathfinder.
Yeah, 25 is normal for
Okay.
Pathfinder. I think elves and rogues have 30. And there's certain feats that give you 30.
20. Yeah, 25 is the normal.
I have
If you
30.
get a later game item called the Boots of Bounding, you get +5 to your move speed. That's how my champion in A-Bomb Vaults, despite wearing heavy armor, still has 25.
I mean, okay.
Because otherwise you get knocked down to 20.
Yeah.
Because
don't-
heavy armor still incurs a movement penalty, even if you meet the strength requirement. Strength requirement is just to see if you hit a 10-foot movement penalty.
Oh man. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
okay.
here's my
Yeah.
barbarian getting hit whenever the boss rolls a fucking 12.
Yeah, and our party nearly getting TPK'd because the barb doesn't have A up.
Oopsies, sorry, reading my fashion tabloids.
I think probably the
Party.
most mobile person in the party will actually be you, Rudy, because won't get into it right now. I'll show you when combat starts how the investigator works, because investigator ends up with a lot of free actions at their disposal.
Invest plays very differently compared to
Yeah.
other classes,
Oh,
from
yeah.
what little I know.
It is
Okay,
a very
yeah.
it is a very technical class, but DG can tell you and I can tell you that if you
Yes.
play it very well, you have a lot of free actions at your disposal and you can move around a lot. It's especially good if you're the in-combat healer because you want that, but also if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a melee fighter, you're very mobile. You
Yes.
Okay,
essentially it's like a rogue, but you have a lot more story finders type things at your disposal.
True, there were a couple coins you could have asked about. That's odd.
Yeah, you could
Oh.
have. Yeah. So I'll remind you about That's Odd periodically. Like you can ask me literally at any time. But if I remember, I'll just tell you. Oh, hey, this is what you noticed with That's Odd. Because I played I played an empiricist. I bugged the hell out of my GMs when I played it. It's like, oh yeah, do I notice anything weird with That's Odd? Yeah, you can ask me at any point. You enter a
Okay.
new place
Yeah,
and-
I completely
it won't-
forgot about that.
It won't bother me at all. Yeah, it's one of the many things you have to remember as an investigator.
I don't play that type of investigator though, so Phoe is free of that.
No, yeah, DG plays the medic type investigator,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
he still does a lot of the typical investigator things and like poking at like little details,
Yeah.
which is the whole point of the class. Leave no stone unturned.
Rudy will know the pain of doing one thing for 5 minutes and be like, oh wait, I still have 2 actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
It's
boy.
it's a very complex class, but once you understand how to play it, oh my god, it's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
I think I will officially end session now since you're just like distributing
Yeah.
loot and
Yeah, we're
stuff.
just-
But,
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, we could wait till Aim gets here and distribute more loot.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's a
Yeah.
good place to end for today.
Yo.
So
Yeah,
so many
yeah,
so many plans. I'm regretting my
Indeed.
life choices
it
so much.
It
happened.
happens.
Yeah.
And to think, this party didn't almost have a spy. It's really good at impersonation.